Bronco bunch led by Bo Nix, 512 yards against Cincinnati, their most since a game against Arizona in 2014. And those numbers for him tied his completions in a game, and the yardage is a new high for him, 326. He looks very comfortable, Tom.
Yeah, and he passed the eye test with that. Some games you have everything wide open, stuff, but he made some incredible throws. And his knowledge in this system and knowledge of football in general has taken off in that second-year extension.
Going to come out with a three-receiver set that includes the rookie out of Illinois, Pat Bryant. Here's the handoff to Dobbins, who had a 100-yard performance, the first for Sean Payton in Denver in their first in 38 games, going back to Latavius Murray years ago. Tony, let's go to your tape room.
Well, there's nobody better in the NFL at the screen game than the Broncos. They do it as well as anyone. The turbo motions from behind and the blocking on the outside, leading the defenders. It's an extension of the run game, which they're doing really well this year. This will be the challenge today for this Eagles defense, who's usually really good. These linebackers fly around, but today they're going to have to make tackles on a bunch of screens.
So after a pickup by 3 by Dobbins, they go back to him again on the toss. Looking for an opening. Not much there, but he's able to ride a defender with him for a pickup of another 3.
This is what's really helpful. You'll get the one-on-one matchup. You've got to win right here. And having Troutman right there, his ability to at least give you some push, hold at that position has been really helpful. This O-line has been mauling teams. Fifth in the NFL in rushing. Possible Achilles heel if they're going to win today. For Philly, I mean.
3rd and 4 for Denver. So efficient on Monday night. And the 28-3 victory. And now looking way down the field for Sutton. It went right through his hands. Cortland Sutton with Mitchell defending him, and it's 3 and out for the Broncos.
This was a great job by Bo Nix looking off, moving the safety so he gets more leverage for Sutton, who just dropped the ball. And you said the sunny skies, they might have had an effect there because that was a perfectly thrown ball. You see this team wants to attack down the field, screen game, and then run the ball at you. That should have been a big play.
It's game 5, and it's only the 11th punt that Philly has forced this year. As Crenshaw is in to punt, the rookie from Florida, who they drafted in the 6th round. And man, he laid into this one. It bounces at the 4 and tumbles on in for the touchback. 63 yards, but a net of 43 is all it is. Let's bring out Hurts and company, averaging just 251 yards of offense a game. But look what he's done against the AFC since 22. 15-1. That's because 15 straight wins against AFC opponents. The one loss was to the Jets. Back several years ago, they won everything since against an AFC team.
We could have just said 15-0 in his last 15 games.
I'm talking about in the regular season,
yes,
of course. But look at his home games. The last 10-0, 25 total touchdowns, no interceptions. And their first play is going to be the big handoff to Barkley. And that pass is deflected. He got chased and deflected by Cooper.
One of our great matchups we're going to see this year. First team All-Pro, Surtain's going to be going up against Brown. And this is one you're going to want to watch at home because usually you want to double team, shade the safety to Brown's side, make it difficult. With Surtain, you're like, we don't normally need to do that. So who wins this matchup could go a long way determining who wins this game.
Well, Surtain almost always wins his matchups. That's why he was Defensive Player of the Year last year, and he was a college teammate at Alabama with Jalen. So they went against each other in practice for years. 2nd and 10. That time, now the pocket collapses, and that ball is caught by A.J. Brown.
Look at him, look for him early with a perfect game plan. Run around and then find them. But you'll watch the pockets right there trying to keep rush lane integrity. Hurts does a good job extending. And that helps when you get your star receiver who's a little disgruntled.
A little.
Just get him the ball early. That's literally.
He hasn't been getting the ball early. In fact, he's been blanked in 4 of the 8 halves coming into this game after having only 3 halves last year where he didn't have a catch for the whole season. But he's got one here early.
And Surtain going with him, man to man.
37. Again, Hurts with the time to look down the field, turn around and incomplete. Boy, that was, again, great protection intended for Goddard down the field.
He's got a deep over, so you're going to go ahead and try and go back in, and then once he gets over here, he's slowed just a little. And it's a good job by Hurts trying to turn him back upfield at the end, but this was really a coverage, not sack, but a coverage incompletion because nobody was really open throughout the entire process.
Charlie Hewlett, their long snapper, went on IR this week, so they just signed Cal Adamitis, who's been in the league 4 years. This is his first action as an Eagle. Sends it back to man. And caught over the shoulder by Mims at the 10. He's dangerous. All pro the last 2 years. And here he goes, enjoying it wise. Across the 30, 31, 21-yard return by Marvin Mims. Both teams go 3 and out to open.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? FanDuel. Play your game. And by Taco Bell.
The beautiful Benjamin Franklin Bridge would open 100 years ago this coming July, as next summer will be all kinds of celebrations here in this city. The 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence right here in Philly. Second series coming up for the Broncos. And they go with Mims on the handoff. He's got a quick 9. Try to open up things a little bit here for the Broncos.
And this is a great matchup between 2 great minds in football. Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, Sean Payton, play caller, head coach for the Broncos. They know each other well. They've been around a long time. You know some stories about them, don't you?
Well, Sean, really, when he got the job, he wanted to bring Vic back to Denver, where he used to be the head coach. But Coach Fangio told us yesterday it was just too soon after having been there as the head coach.
Then he goes to another head coach.
Yeah, Vance. Here's the second one, and that's Harvey, the rookie, getting this series and picking up the first down.
You're right. And 2 great defensive coordinators in Vance Joseph and Vic Fangio. But let's see something on Sean Payton here. Look at this.
Well, you know what we have the 2 coaches that have averaged the most points in their careers, 1 and 2. They had to have a minimum of 50 games coaching. I'll tell you another thing for Sean today. He's at 172 wins. He's tied with Bill Parcells, one of his biggest mentors.
Yep.
If we get
That's incredible.
one past him, if they could pull off the win here on the road. Here's Nix's throw. 46, and immediately it's Mims. Mitchell knocking him down.
I'm really impressed with Mitchell, how he's been playing this year. I mean, to hit the home run on Mitchell and DeJean last year, give Howie Roseman and this organization credit. These are 2 of the best defensive backs in the National Football League. DeJean plays inside of the slot more often. Mitchell usually on the outside. But you'll see DeJean go out there, and they just are a matchup nightmare for most teams.
Dobbins returns to the backfield and a new set of downs for Denver. Here's Nix's throw, and again, that's through the hands of the target. In this case, it was Nate Atkins, who was limited this week, recovering from a concussion. He was in the protocol, and they got a 3rd and 6.
Just really disciplined defensive unit here. You see O'Shea doesn't fall for the play fake and the bootleg, and now we've got another big 3rd down.
From the gun with 4 receivers. Nix fires it. He holds on to it this time. Sutton with the first down. Nice job picking up the blitz there.
This is Bill Parcells, Sean Payton, Football 101. We got to do the tackling, the blocking, everything. The blitz is picked up in the backfield, and this is an outstanding throw by Nix. This is why his ceiling. Watch this pickup right here.
Bade was able to pick up the blitz.
That right there gives you the opportunity, and then Nix's instincts to get the ball out right before the receiver turned his head.
First down at the 47. Nothing there for Dobbins. Dobbins told us when we talked to him, Tony, the other day, this game's going to be physically tough. We've got to be mentally tough. That was his message.
Yeah, and you've got to come out and be mentally and physically tough right away to start this game. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be ugly. You're going to have like no yards, 2 yards, 4 yards, but this team doesn't give up a lot of big plays down the field, so you got to go 10, 12 plays to score.
2nd and 9. Here is that tough runner. Tied it down low. He picks up only 3. He's been a good fit here at the start of the season. He had a lot to say about his coach. He said, it's my type of person. I love playing for Sean Payton. And when he took a visit, he stayed within the division. He was with the Chargers last year and had a good season. He said it was like there was a light flashing. It was like telling me this is where I need to be with this team and this coach.
If you're ever around this young man, you can't help but really enjoy and root for people like this. There's a lot of guys across the league. He's one of your favorites. Ours just has great personality.
3rd and 6. Caught at the 40, and the Eagles able to defend the sticks. So it goes back to Sutton on the 3rd down throw. Campbell, the rookie from Alabama, the first to hit him. And now you got a 4th and 2 or 3 here, Tony.
And you saw the swarm by that defense. We saw that in the Super Bowl last year, where it's like you throw the ball and all of a sudden you might have a chance against other teams, and it's just swallowed up, got inside and out. I like this call right now. He's going to be aggressive.
4th and a long 2, bypassing the 57-yard field goal attempt.
Shift to motion, something's coming. Try and draw him off sides. Tried to draw him off sides and got him.
They sure did, Tony.
The shift, the motion, try and draw him off sides. It's a statement.
Now it's going to go against the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Use the tush push look against them.
Defense, number 98.
Good call. They moved Nate Atkins under center. Maybe it caused some confusion.
It made it look like a tush. Oh, we're going to get up here and do it quickly. And Jalen Carter's like, oh no, I look at this every day on my own team.
Yeah.
How did I fall for it? Nick's like, no. Jalen, actually, he's been very disruptive to start this game. Coming off that injury, he's not been quite as dominant, but it's been showing lately.
Here's a first down at the 35. It's Harvey. Tackle behind the line. Ojolari with the great tackle. Let's go to Adam Shine with an update.
Here's Dennis. How about this? Jackson darts. Little play action. Hits my guy Theo Johnson. 7-0 Giants start 5 of 5, 44 yards on the drive. Back to you.
Your guy Theo Johnson has a touchdown for the 2nd straight game. Thank you, Adam.
Jackson Dart.
Looking good.
Yes, he is.
2nd and 11. Nick has the ball stripped out of his hands.
Football.
It was stripped out of his hands by DeJean. And
Yes, it gets going against the Eagles.
This is literally going to be really close. Watch this. What an outstanding job. And DeJean off the edge there.
Turnovers are reviewed. This is so close. Under review. We're going to step aside while they.
Fire Country season premiere event, CBS Friday, October 17th.
Giants territory, they've reversed the call. It's incomplete.
Yeah, Jim,
Yes,
just
it
a
gets
forward
blocked.
movement with control. Bo Nix, arm just have to move forward by a camera frame or two. Great play by Cooper DeJean, but you can clearly see Nix's arm just start to move forward with control. control before he gets knocked loose. That's an incomplete forward pass.
It's 3rd and 12. Instead of the turnover, now the Eagles must defend. As Nix goes down the middle of the field. And nowhere near his target. Evan Ingram, Bond, the linebacker, was closest to it. And they're going to try field goal.
Watch right here. Nix is going to want this one back. He's going to high-low here, but right underneath, you're going to see a wide receiver coming from the left that he should have thrown that to. And that was Mims Jr. coming underneath. Tries to fit it in a little bit too tight.
55-yard attempt coming up. Will Lutz. Of course, this Eagle team has been blocking kicks at an astonishing rate. 3 in the last 2 games. Here's Lutz from 55.
Close there again.
Look at that one. Curving through, good from 55. A drive.
Up his ground game.
Well, we can measure it.
Measure?
Lowe's can measure and install it for you.
You can't measure passion, right, Jim? Stop trying to work the crew. This is Jim, one of the greats, and handsome.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Get Pick 6 for $19.99. And by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early with Lowe's to earn your Sunday.
Back in Philadelphia, the Eagles and the Bills, the only 2 teams still unbeaten in this young season. Here at home, they have been unbeatable through their last 12. They won 12 straight regular and post.
Well, they've gotten so mentally tough. I mean, you look at it, Bo Nix knows you can't give them the ball, but to beat, this is the chance now. The way we used to talk about the Chiefs, who are still there, obviously. But they play such good complementary football. Any side can win it.
And kind of trying to make a decision, decides to come out with it. That's Bigsby covered up. Shipley and Bigsby trying to decide who wanted to take it. Eagles are pinned inside the 20. For this Denver season, it's been bizarre. Check this out. They beat the Titans in week 1. It wasn't pretty, but they won. Then they lost back-to-back games with field goals with no time left at the end of the 4th quarter, and then they had no problem with the Bengals dismissing them the other day. But take a look at that one note. They have not trailed for 1 second in the 4th quarter this year, and they're 2-2.
No, that's
Both games end with zeros on the clock. They've trailed for only 9 minutes. 9 minutes out of 247 or 8 that have been played. 9 minutes is all the trail.
And I think that is a testament to a complete football team. We know about Philadelphia. We've been singing their praises, but you just said it. They could easily be 4-0. Think about this matchup right now, but that's why I think Philadelphia, they know they're in for a battle today. Denver is deep.
Saquon with the carry for 3. As he's another one they're hoping to get on track, coming off that 2,000-yard season of a year ago, the 9th to ever do so.
We'll go through that as this game plays it out. I'll tell you what I think about why.
2nd and 7.
It's claw for the first down. Yes.
A.J. Brown with the first down catch. Right in front of Surtain. Surtain giving him the respect he deserves. And these in-breakers, these are the vertical stabs, and boom, hit the outside foot. Does a great job flattening balls on the middle back shoulder perfectly as Surtain drives to the front shoulder, and it's a good sign. Philly needed the first down after the 3 and out just to get that feeling going. Last week, A.J. had 2 catches against the Bucs for 7 yards on 9 targets. Here's Hurts completing it. A nice gain with Barkley. Not that big a gain, actually. 5.
I really like this. I know they went 3 and out in the first drive. They had the tip ball in the very first play, but I really think the more you study it, I think the Eagles have played a little safe to start the year because they know they can win, right, if they do things correctly, playing safe. But I want them to throw the ball early to run the ball later, like the Cowboys in the 90s where you get off because everyone's trying to stop the run, and then you start to give it to ball.
Here's some explosion.
It's a first down.
49-yard line of Denver running behind
this is why you throw the ball early, because then they start to be like, well, gosh, they've thrown it like almost double. They've ran it, so let's go ahead and start to pass rush. Nope. Now you give it to Burke.
That's his longest rush of the season on his 79th attempt. 17 yards. It's Hurts. Calcaterra with the catch. And a pickup of 6 or 7 as we go down to Tracy.
Jim, we spoke with Saquon Barkley yesterday. He said, I have to be better. He said, I've been god-awful on early downs. And so we talked to his mentors the last few weeks, specifically Emmitt Smith, and asked them what they're seeing. And what Emmitt saw was Saquon needing to be more aggressive early, setting that tone, imposing that will, and we are seeing that on this drive.
Yeah, he's been asking the likes of Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James, as you said, Emmitt, as he goes again.
Got the first down.
The first down. That's Dillon, actually. A.J. Dillon, the former Packer, fighting for every inch.
That's right there where you see that commitment to just getting the extra yards at the end. Saquon Barkley, offensive line is starting to assert themselves here. But I really think right here, you're trying to hit home runs a little bit sometimes to start the year. Not consciously, subconsciously sometimes. You have to get 2,000 yards. He's like, no, I need to get back to going right downhill, get the early yards. All the big runs came later in the game last year.
There's Hurts. Another completion. This time to Devontae Smith. Another player that I'm sure would like to see the football in his hands a little more often. He's been quiet about it, but he's got his first catch of the game.
That's huge because that's cover zero, all-out pressure. And if you're able to go ahead and get the ball out and complete passes against it, you're going to deter it because they saw a ton of them against Kansas City and the other teams.
2nd and 1. Dillon remains the running back. Opening up that 9-yard run earlier. Here's Hurts on the play action.
Got the first down. Yes.
Calcaterra has his second catch on this drive. And a first down for Philadelphia after a gain of 11.
I'm impressed with Kevin Tua right now. He's been under a lot of pressure. All he does go 4-0. But he right now has the pulse of this game and just marrying concepts together. Throw a toss, come back with a fake toss to an over route. Looking good.
Tua, the new offensive coordinator replacing Kellen Moore, went to the Saints as the head coach. Here's a handoff. As Dillon works the middle of that field again for about 3. And now we got a nice little matchup here. The number 1 red zone defense.
Yeah, here we go.
Against the perfect red zone offense. The Eagles have been 11 for 11 this year inside the red zone, converting touchdowns.
That's not normal.
No.
And iron sharpens iron, the best versus the best. Mano a mano, we have it right here, and I think this will determine the game truly at its core is whether or not one of these teams wins in the red zone.
Meanwhile, Vance and his defense have only allowed a 25% touchdown conversion rate in the red zone, which is also not normal.
Not normal. Ooh, this isn't great.
We got an injured lineman, Landon Dickerson, who is going to hobble to the sideline.
Got rolled up on there, and that is not something you want to see. If you're an Eagles fan right here, he came off that injury coming out of training camp, and it was touch and go whether he was going to play, and now he's back out there. I think that's part of the reason this team hasn't been so efficient on offense. New offensive coordinator, he's got to learn how to call it. These guys, each year it happens in Philly because they have so many coordinator changes. And then on top of it, you have a few new old linemen come in. Becton's not there, and now if Dickerson's out, that changes things.
So Toth will come in for him. What will be a 2nd and 7? The fewest average of yards per game through a 4-0 start since the Giants of 1941.
Can you name a player on that team? Come on, give me one. That would be impressive. Y.A. Tittle?
That was before Y.A. I think.
I mean, that was a good shot in the dunk right there.
Before Allie Sherman. I don't know. I'll leave it to you. Charlie Conroy? No. I don't know. Way before. 5 for 5 on the drive is Hurts.
Trying to call the play at the line of scrimmage, see what they're in. You got your chances outside.
Hurts getting pressure. Hurts turning the corner and steps out. They're going to mark him with a 1-yard loss. That'll go as a sack for the best sack team in the NFL.
I want you to watch. Go ahead and run this. You're going to see Devontae Smith's right here in the middle. Watch him. Right now, Hurts could throw this ball when he extends out. It's a decision right here. Do you want to throw it or not? And he just made the decision. It was actually Dotson coming across, but I'm like, those are the decisions. Like, it's a little risky. Do you do it or not? I think Hurts is playing winning football. It's a great example of the decision-making there, whether it's right or wrong and what time in the game is it.
3rd and 8. Can the Broncos stop that perfect red zone conversion rate for the Eagles? As Hurts has the time to look, and it goes over the head of Devontae with no flag. Moss on the coverage.
Well, if he didn't pass interfere at all, it's great coverage. And this is what makes this Denver team so difficult down in the red zone. They put all these guys up there to stop the run on early downs, and then 3rd down, they have a great pressure package, and they can cover.
So Jake Elliott has been called on, the 9-year kicker for Philadelphia. Perfect 4 for 4 so far on the year.
Well, he doesn't kick many field goals because
He doesn't. They're always converting.
he's only kicking long ones.
But when he's been called on at key points in his career, like the postseason where he's 26 of 27, he has been clutch.
He did kill goal. Yeah.
To tie the game at 3 in the final minute of the first quarter. But the defense, the red zone defense, prevailed that time.
Charles Milton III died. Sad.
The legendary Chuck Milton, Red Eye, as what his dear friends called him. Special. Harvey, not down yet. Twisting down to about the 29-yard line.
We talked about him all week. You guys love him, so thoughts and prayers for his family, Steve.
We think the guys that are behind this broadcast, sitting and producing and directing it, Jim Rickoff, Mike Arnold, their careers touched by him, hired by him. All right, let's see how the Broncos handle this next series. After the last one, they went down the field. Nothing that went 10 yards or longer, but led to a long-range field goal made by Lutz.
This is a possible shot play, or is he just going to hand it off? Shot play?
You saw it coming. Here's the pass down the field, and it's caught near the 50 by Franklin. Next to his old college teammate that 1 year at Oregon, Troy Franklin, and a gain of 20.
This is a great job. Vertical stem gets all the way up. He can run. And Bo Nix actually helped sell the front office and Sean Payton about how good this guy was before the draft. But I really like him. He attacks the ball with his hands.
Would one.
Great route runner. They got a good one there.
Okay, 3-3. Broncos and Eagles. That last pass play to Franklin's the longest play of the first quarter. Went for 20. And now Nick's ready to get this quarter started. Quick toss over to Dobbins, who runs down the sideline for 5 or so.
This is those screens we talk about. Extension of the run game. Sean Payton, Broncos doing it at a high level.
Sean Payton and the Broncos on a road trip. It starts here and it heads over to London after the game tonight. They'll go back to the hotel, change, shower, they'll fly overnight.
That's a big 2 weeks. You go Monday night, right to Philly, then to London. That's a lot on the team.
Here's the give. Dobbins got another first down.
I don't think there's not many coaches better at preparing their team mentally to stay in the moment, play this game. Don't think about London. He told us at nauseam about the London trip and how he was going to prepare his team, because he knows when you go on the road before London teams, he went and looked it up a few years back, we're 2-14 on the road before London.
Yeah.
And he went and talked to his team about that. And
So you're going to have none of that.
correct.
So he's talking about a situation where you go on your way to London, you hit a road game on the Eastern Seaboard. They've done that many times in the league in their scheduling. Here's Dobbins. Inside the 30.
This is the kind of game that Denver knew it had to play to win. It's going to look like just ugly, solid, just minimal runs. Get the ball out of your hands, and then when you get your shots, you take advantage of them. You hold the Eagles in the red zone. For the first time this year, they didn't score a touchdown in the red zone. The recipe so far has given them a chance.
Dobbins along with R.J. Harvey, the two backs. They had 203 total yards on Monday night on 35 touches. You got quite a combo, and they go back to Dobbins. The flag comes out.
Looks like it's gonna be a
Takes the
hold
jersey
against
with him.
Denver.
Stretched it out for a first down, but we'll check the marker.
There's too many guys on the line of scrimmage. Illegal formation, it looked like for Denver, but we could be wrong.
Illegal formation offense.
Yes!
The tight end was covered up by the wideout. 5-yard penalty with a second down.
That's not getting by you.
Nah.
Did you ever think about being an official? What'd you say? Did you ever think about being an official? You see all these things.
I'll probably coach one day, but officials know. But you see right here, these two, I look out there and I'm like, yeah, you can't have the tight end and the receiver on the same side on the ball without some unique set. 5-0 lineman, 6 is the tight end, receiver on the other side is 7 people. That's how many we have on the line, not 8.
First penalty called on the Broncos. Harvey's now come into the backfield. They fake it to him. Nix going for the big play. Down the field he goes. Oh, boy, he was there. Sherfield had a step on 2 defenders. Just a touch overthrown, Tony.
This is John Payton's special right here. Sherfield lines up here, and you're going to watch him work all the way across and then back up. Play action, fake, roll to the right. Everybody's going to throw the ball to the right. Nope. So Drew Brees threw that about 100 times in his career. And if you hit him, you win a lot of games. If you miss, sometimes you don't.
3rd and 8.
Big sack! Yes!
Darius Smith, a loss of 13. They were within range for Lutz, but they're not now.
It's just an awesome twist right here. Look at this side. You're going to go up, he's going to come under, and when Jalen Carter's right there, you know you have to protect the quarterback from him. But that actually leaves Smith with an open gap just to go right at him, and think of how huge overthrowing that ball by Nix was now. Not only did you possibly have 7, but you for surely had 3, you thought.
Timeout, Philadelphia. Their first.
Timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
We'll be back in 30 after this from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm.
Broncos will have to punt now with the Zadarius Smith sack. Only the 6th of the season for Philadelphia. They had 6 in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes.
I was looking at that, and you were exactly right. We want to see that juggernaut if you're an Eagles fan, right? Just come right out and do it. Now, different players, some guys are there, different guys from last year. Remember, Nolan Smith is hurt.
Lost Milton Williams.
Lost Williams.
Lost Sweat.
Sweat.
Free agency. Here's fair catch signal at the 9.
I do think the other guys are playing all right. It's just they have not been as healthy.
Good job on the punt to Benham. Brayshaw. And we'll step aside. Identical. But when you had the chance to sit down with Jalen yesterday and talk about this offense that has been, well, efficient is the word that we keep hearing about here. You saw a lot of good things. You shared with them that you see a lot of maturation with this offense. As Barkley bounces off the hit and able to pick 4 out of it. What did you see that a lot of people aren't seeing?
There's multiple things. One, they've had too many minus runs. So right there, that could have been a minus run that puts you behind the chains, which gives obvious passing down for the defense. So they get that. That's going to help everybody else. But I saw Jalen Hurts going through progressions and making some uniquely, like, next-level throws on simple stuff that's actually far more difficult than people realize when it's 4 in the progression. I think he's playing smart, safe football. And really, truly, a leader's job at the quarterback position is to win. And he has done that.
As he hands it off again. And we have a 3rd down coming up. As Barkley a little slow to get up. There you go. Tracy, down to you.
That's right, Jim. And the Eagles left guard Landon Dickerson, who's been out with back and knee injuries throughout this season, is now dealing with a left ankle. He got rolled up on. He was taped heavily, and he's sitting on the bench. Also, tight end Grant Calcaterra, he's in the locker room dealing with an injury to his midsection. Landon Dickerson is questionable to return. I'll get an update on Calcaterra soon.
Okay, Calcaterra had those 2 catches on the last drive for Philadelphia. Shipley's in the backfield now for the Eagles on 3rd and 2.
Off in the 1st down.
Yes. The 30-yard line. And it's update time. That means it's time to shine. Adam, it's all yours, buddy.
Jim and Tony, it's time for Dak Prescott to hit Jake Ferguson. 26 yards. Longest receiving touchdown for Fergie in his career. 10-3 Dallas. Leading the Jets. Back to you.
All right, you remember last year how Ferguson couldn't find the end zone. Had a lot of catches. He's got one now in that game up the road in New York.
Just needed 36 yards away to make it up.
That's what that was, I guess. There's a 1st down carry.
There's the minus play. I just got them talking.
Yeah, on 1st and 10, and Shipley set back 1.
That's the one area where teams are getting a run through, and you're fine real quickly. You can just shoot the gap. And once you see things on tape, other teams start to do it. So when, the Eagles have been so successful on these explosive plays, pulling the guard, having these tackles, guards go, and then teams are like, well, if I run through that, now all of a sudden I can be aggressive. And so they've just started to take their chances. And so I think you're going to have to see the Eagles adjust this season to what they did fully last year.
3rd straight play without Barkley. It's a 2nd and 11. 1st down, and that'll be another sack put up by this Bronco defense.
Because that's the minus play on 1st down, Jim. So now you're in an obvious passing situation, and Sirianni knows that.
It's interesting talking to Nick yesterday about being prisoners of sustained success. You come off a Super Bowl. Everybody expects, like in September, you're supposed to look like what you did in February, which was a team that evolved all the way, to the summit and peaked at the right time.
Well, people want the juggernaut they saw last year in the Super Bowl, but it doesn't happen that way. You have to build to that, and they built to that last year. Remember? Mm-hmm. Some people were calling for Sirianni possibly not to be the coach.
The ball is being respotted at the 27-yard line.
Remember, he was under a lot of pressure last year. This year it's on too low. But he's earned the right. I mean, how good Sirianni's been is unbelievable. I'm not entirely sure he gets enough credit right now for, possibly being one of the top coaches in the NFL. Like, he's shown the ability to do that. Look at their record.
For winning over 70% of the time. So they first marked it forward, which would have taken the sack off the board. Then they move it back so it does go as a 2nd sack. Oh, when you got 5 more yards coming against Philadelphia.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. Remaining 30 down.
That was high level. He adjusted quickly there. The ref I'm talking about.
Mailata here. This is not something he's too proud of, but what an amazing story of how Howie Roseman and his team invested in him through that whole international player development system and had him on the roster. And look at him. He's a left tackle for a Super Bowl champ.
I mean, this is the example of what makes the Eagles organization world class. They're committed to player development. They kept him on, but you have to keep him on the roster for 2-3 years as a rugby player.
Mm-hmm.
And then he all of a sudden becomes a stalwart second-team All-Pro.
3rd and 17. Going deep. He's there.
Yes!
He got a step on Riley Moss, and this goes for 57 yards. The longest pass play of the season for Philadelphia.
And Smith's speed. He goes inside, and then he just takes off.
seam route on the previous play, and then on 3rd and 17, wow, they pick up 57.
Can't let that happen on 3rd and 17.
Barkley continues to sit as Hurts throws it.
There's the field. Yeah.
Draws a flag at the 2-yard line.
This was another perfectly thrown ball. Surtain with pretty good coverage, but you're going against best on best here.
Pass interference defense, number 2.
Ooh, that was close. Yeah, he's holding with his right hand. You could see he had a hold of the jersey. The left looked kind of okay, but to me, this is a sluggo, we call it. Slant and go. Ball's in a perfect spot, but he can't get his other arm around because of the hold.
Ball is at the 2-yard line, and Barkley has come back in. Remember, he was slow to get up early in this drive. Set out the last 6 plays, but now he returns.
So yeah, when you get to the 2-yard line, I'm getting up quickly.
There it is. Pass.
Touchdown. Yeah.
Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert.
I want you to watch. He's going to go ahead and get a little possible pretend rub pick there. And Singleton, I think, has been picked on once or twice in this game, and he was late on his leverage. And that's another easy touchdown. He had 2 very easy ones last week in the tush push aspect. Another good one there. Good job by Kevin Matula.
4th touchdown catch of the season for Goddard. How about that's a 90-yard drive, extra point.
He
is
gets
added.
the point. Yeah.
All set up by that 3rd and 17 pass play to Devon.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread bites, chicken, desserts, and more.
A beautiful warm weekend in Philadelphia. Busy sports weekend, too. Phillies and Dodgers played here game 1 last night of their divisional series. And Goddard has found the end zone again. 4th time in this young season. That offense looked like one that we're very familiar with from late in last season. Very much so. Here's the kick into the landing zone at the 5. Banging shoulders at about the 30 with Harvey. Flag on the return.
Well, you saw Philly go from the 22 on 3rd and 17 to the 2 in 2 plays. So they can be explosive.
During return, holding against the receiving team.
Yeah.
Number 34. 10-yard penalty.
Adrian Hill presiding over this game. On Friday, the Eagles, Fanatics, and Make-A-Wish teamed up to grant the wishes of 4 big Eagles fans, Liam, Hunter, Nicholas, and Christopher. Howie Roseman signed them each to 1-day contracts. The boys and their families received a private tour of the Eagles complex and then met with the team, the likes of Coach Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley. Beautiful stuff going on in the community. Howie Roseman, right there. Boy, he's not afraid to make some deals, is he?
He's one of the best
Amazing.
who's ever done it at this point. I mean, their ability to continue the roster to improve and the way they hit in the draft and then just continuing this process, it's really impressive.
Drive starts off the penalty at the 19. Get rid of it quickly, and the catch out across the 30 to Sherfield. And a first down after a pickup of 15. So for Bo Nix, Tony, this is his 22nd start. He started every game of his young career. We saw it evolve last year. Took him to the postseason. We saw him play up at Buffalo in the wild card round, but man, is it promising for what he's doing, what he's showing.
He's improved. I think that the ceiling is pretty high for this team.
1st and 10. And that's catch for about 6 to Harvey. Look at what he's done after, just getting his feet wet as a rookie. His first 9 games versus his last 12. He's got a total of 42 touchdowns, rushing and throwing. That's the 6th most in the league since he joined the NFL a year ago. As the 6th quarterback drafted, his numbers are the best of the 6.
Isn't it funny? Organizations that draft the right guy usually have a way of winning. As we have a false start by the left tackle.
I remember when they drafted him with the 12th pick overall, a lot of people saying, what are they doing? That's way too early.
Number 72, Javier Pelosi with a second half.
Well, we know, of course, you go back to the very start of your career in Dallas, knowing Sean Payton. He knew exactly what he wanted going into that draft. And that's the player he identified.
Me you're talking about? Oh, no. Sorry, yeah. I almost got drafted. It was close. Touch and go there in that 5th, 6th, 7th round. But I will tell you, that's the difference. When you hire a Sean Payton, when you hire the correct guy, then all of a sudden you also get better players as well because they could see the game a little bit better.
They're on 2nd and 9. Eagles all over that carry by Dobbins.
It's just a great job by Ujomo. Ujomo there has been playing pretty good football. He's a mid to late round pick, but I'm impressed with him right now because Jalen Carter has been banged up. The shoulder injury, so he's had to play a little bit more, but here we go.
Only 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Sutton on the near side.
This is the matchup I would be looking at right here if I was a quarterback.
Nix. Ball is out, and it's going to be incomplete. Again, there was pressure on him as he tried to unload it.
He gets a little too deep. Don't get to this line. 10 yards right back here. Oh, you get to 11. You give an angle of the outside rushers to kind of just go around because the tackles are expecting you at 8-9 yards.
Azeez Ojulari, he's been active at the start of this game, that's for sure.
He has, and that one, I know that feeling where you're like, okay, it's 3rd and long, I'm going to rush deep, but if you do that as a quarterback, you want to go ahead and get a deep drop, then you got to get back up in the pocket. The problem with getting back up in the pocket, you got great D tackles on this team who are going to push the pocket towards you.
Of course, the Eagles, we talked about how they blocked field goals. They've also blocked a punt last week.
First drive, set the tone.
Shaw able to boot this away, and it's on the ground. Rather quickly, out of bounds though at the 15.
And you got to give Michael Clay, special teams coach, credit. I mean, they won games on
big time. Big time. 50-yard punt that time. CBS Premier Weekend streaming on Paramount Plus. Back here at Lincoln Financial Field. And the Eagles just drove it 90 yards for a touchdown the last time they had it. This time we'll start at the 14. Brown over here to the near side. Looking that way and throw it in the direction of Devontae, who called for a flag and he got it.
Yeah.
We had Moss on him at the start of this game. Surtain has stayed with A.J. Brown.
Yep, and Surtain has stayed with A.J., but you see right here, it's a hold. It's the correct call. And I think you find the Eagles are being aggressive, right? You had 3 straight passes to finish the drive.
Pass interference defense.
Yes!
Number 21. Automatic first down.
And to talk about you saying Moss being on the other side, Surtain has followed A.J. Brown around throughout the whole game. Right here, you see the matchup with the little baby pick. And right now, A.J. Brown, I think this should count as a target because if you really get all the way down to the 2, in 2 plays, from the 22 to the 2. But I think A.J. Brown's winning that matchup right now, and that's kind of been the difference.
Yeah, that doesn't reflect that in that graphic right there, the penalty. Here's a 1st and 10 throw to Smith. He's hammered right at the line of scrimmage, and guess what? We got Adam Shine ready to go. All yours, Adam.
And Jimmy Tony, guess what a little history for you. Spencer Rattler to Rashid Shaheed. And I've got the need for speed. Longest passing touchdown for the Saints since Drew Brees.
We got Adam Shine ready to go. All yours, Adam.
And Jimmy Tony, guess what? A little history for you. Spencer Rattler to Rashid Shaheed. And I've got the need for speed. Longest passing touchdown for the Saints since Drew Brees, 2016. 14-13 Giants. Back to you.
Yeah, no one's going to catch Shaheen. He's broken some big ones in his career, his young career, and that's a long one for a touchdown for the Saints who need something.
Yeah, well, by taking those shots down the field, I mean, that was obviously caught, but you have two plays now, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith earlier. Those are the same as making catches when there's penalties.
2nd and 10. Back to Smith.
First down.
He's up to the 40-yard line. And another Philadelphia first. Goes for 15 more. He's up to 4 catches now for 76.
Great read by Hurts right here. You line up Smith on the last play and Brown right next to each other. Hurts recognizes they pop out, finds the soft spot in the zone.
Fakes the handoff. Looks again. This time it's AJ.
Got the first down. Yes.
For 10. Tosses him down, but not until AJ fights for the first down. And he's getting exactly what he wanted. Talking about AJ Brown. He's getting more action today.
You keep thinking they're going to run the ball. Okay, you just got a couple of passes. You're going to get one-on-one. Go up, make him feel the vertical stem, come right back down. And that right now, I mean, this is a vertical stem route running team. I mean, sometimes I want them to do a little bit more of getting it going across the field more. But I'm telling you right now, that's because they're throwing the ball more, Jim, on early downs.
4 for 35 for Brown. Looking to pass again on first. Looking to go deep down the sideline.
First down. Yes.
That was Johnson over the shoulder. He did a great job of acting like he wasn't even in the play.
You think he's throwing this ball pretty good? And what a catch. The secret there, oh, he's going to be out. The secret there, though, is to pretend like you just said. Randy Moss was the best at it, where you just don't get your eyes big. You just sit there and pretend like the ball's not coming to you because the corner's not looking back, and then you're like, oh, but you didn't keep the extra foot in.
They're walking back.
As they should. Talk about throwing a ball in a bucket. That was in a bucket.
It's being challenged by Sirianni.
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field.
And Nick Sirianni's been challenged.
He's going to say he had to.
It's Tuesday. New seasons begin CBS Premier Week.
Week 5 continues later today on CBS and Fox, followed by Sunday Night Football as the Patriots face the Bills on NBC. And Week 5 concludes with Monday Night Football as the Chiefs square up against the Jaguars on ESPN and ABC. Then Week 6 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
We had 2 officials on the sideline with different views of this. One said catch, one came in and tried to clear it out. So it was ruled incomplete, challenged by Sirianni, and during the break, the ruling upfield, which ultimately was incomplete, is confirmed.
He's saying catch, and he's going, no, not a catch.
You're wrong.
Okay, I agree, not a catch. Fully out of bounds.
So instead of a 35-yard completion,
And
it's
Philadelphia
2nd and 10.
lost this timeout.
2:39 to go in the half. There's Barkley running behind Jerkins for 2. Saquon so far 5 carries for 30 and 1 catch for minimal yardage. Timeout called by Denver.
Yeah, they're being aggressive, and this is what you want to see, and it's helping.
We're back in 30 seconds after this from Novartis.
Defense puts a lot of guys up. We don't know who's going to pop out, who's going to go where, but expect man coverage somewhere.
Oh, Smith.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he stumbled into his stance.
Flag is down.
False start, offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
This is part of the reason why the Eagles have been not at their best so far this year. Too many negative plays I talked about in the run game, too many offensive penalties, and at home, that's too many already in this half.
You were talking about who's going to come. All the defenders that were lined up ready to look like blitz the quarterback. They lead the league in quarterback hits, quarterback pressures, sacks. They've got a couple today just because Hurts had to scramble out and got back basically near the line of scrimmage. They haven't been big impact sacks.
You're right, but Vance Joseph right there, you saw, one of the best in the league at creating disruption with your communication up front. Who's coming, who's not.
3rd and 13. They back off. They rush 4. Hurts gets time. Not now. They get him. That is Zach.
Timeout called by Broncos.
Great coverage downfield. Disguised coverage sack. Vance Joseph has everyone up in here. They all pop out and match up to the personnel where they're around. And the biggest difference is just the effort by Bonito and the guys coming in. And you can throw that, but you're not getting a first down. Good job by Denver. And Hurts usually does a great job extending this, but Allen, Bonito, tough combo to get past.
Yeah, Vance Joseph and his defense with their 3rd sack of the game. We've got the Verizon halftime report coming up with JB, Nate, Matt Ryan, Coach Cowher, scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report.
Big drive right here. Denver got the ball first, remember.
Ball bounces up to 3 and then into the end zone. We got 2:18 to work with. After that sack, the Broncos did use their 2nd timeout. Let's watch this right here. That's Mechie. For out of Knicks and the Broncos here with being on the road, down 7, 2 minutes and change to go in the half.
Most of the time, your job is to get 2 first downs just to make sure the other team doesn't get the ball back. After that, then you can get aggressive. But most teams are going to be a little bit softer, give you underneath stuff, make you drive down the field, and then around midfield, they'll start getting more aggressive. But sometimes they throw a wrinkle in and get aggressive on first down here. If they're not on first down, then expect them just to play this shell on the top of the coverage. Don't let anything get behind you, which means work the middle of the field.
Sounds like something Sean Payton would do, though.
Screen right here, something right over the middle of the back.
Not there. Knicks. Pressured by Jordan Davis, incomplete.
This is on Knicks. Needing to get the ball to that back. Prayer throw to him. And by the time he takes that long, it allows Philly's defense to come down on the back. See Campbell, their first rounder, coming up and guarding him. But he was open. He could have got about 6 to 8 yards, which is the way he wanted to start.
Vic Fangio's defense. He called Knicks like Baker's younger brother. They went against Mayfield last week down in Tampa, and Baker hit for his pair of long touchdown passes. He said this guy kind of looks like him the way he runs around. Leads. Set up screen. Set up screen that picks up a first down. Bade able to pick up a big one there and run behind that offensive line.
Submitted one.
Coming out of the 2-minute warning, here's a 1st and 10. Nice little wiggle here. Now to about the 41 goes Franklin. We've got the 1 timeout. They've had 21 points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the first half. That's 3rd best in the league. There. Now you got a 3rd and 5. Pretty big down because Philadelphia deferred at the top, and they could have plenty of time to do something here at the end of the quarter. Here's next from the pocket. One for the deep ball. And the receiver, Franklin, got tangled up with Ringo. it's incomplete. Punting time for the Broncos.
That's just fantastic coverage by Ringo right here. He sees the go route coming. Saw it earlier on a third down. This team, when he just cuts it off, watch right here. He gets on top, widens the wide receiver. Franklin's calling for a penalty, but Ringo was on top. He's getting more reps. Him and Jackson were splitting time on that side, and I think that's the place you wanted to attack if you're Denver with how talented the other guys are.
Crenshaw to punt again, this for the fourth time. And it comes to Dotson. Fair catch at the 11. With 1:19 to go before the intermission, what have you seen so far in this game?
I think you've seen a concerted effort by Philadelphia in this offense to throw the football and get it downfield. And you see they have the ability to do these things. It's just they're trying to win. That's the goal, right? And I think they've heard enough of the noise to be like, all right, we hear you. We're going to go ahead and show that out here. Now, part of that is the scheme that Denver runs. They're going to play man-to-man outside and trust their guys because they're usually really good at that. But it's been a little bit of a tough one right now for Denver. And this is a monster drive, like you just referenced earlier. Denver doesn't get the ball coming out of half.
It's the third time that Crenshaw, the punter for Denver, has pinned Philadelphia inside the 15.
I would expect these guys to get back just a little bit. Don't give up the big plays they've been throwing.
Crenshaw sets him back, and the pass is incomplete. That was actually deflected by Tillman. Now you got a 2nd and 10 to go.
A little aggressive to start. It's going to be a good 10-yard, 8-yard gain there, but Tillman does a great job getting his hand up. And now it's real questionable. These are the calls.
Yeah, do you run it and make them? What do you do here?
I mean, I'm taking a look at the defense. This is why they're bringing guys down, because they don't want you to run it. There's only one guy back, so you might have to throw this, but I would throw a screen, something quick.
Looking for the screen option, which is there, and out of bounds goes Shipley for 4. 1:08 on the clock. Yeah, Denver could make a play here and still get a chance to do something.
There's so many small little adjustments with how many timeouts, how much time is on the clock, what is the score, what yard line are you on. It's like right there you'd almost want to stay inbounds and then let Denver determine whether they want to use their last timeout or not there.
So Patullo, the new play caller, who's known Sirianni for years. They go back to a number of places, including Kansas City back in 2009, when they kind of interchanged positions. Here's a 3rd and 6. Right in his face. They just had to unload it. That was big-time pressure put on by Zach Allen.
You talked about no one's better at hitting the quarterback pressures and on a timely down. Big Zach Allen comes right through, 2nd-team All-Pro last year. That's a big-time play because you saw how wide open Goddard was on the side. Possibly hitting his hand on the helmet there. Now Denver has a real chance to come out and get points, and they save that timeout.
Very short work by Philadelphia.
3 throws in a row.
Yeah, one of them a catch that went out of bounds to stop the clock. So now, man, his 3rd punt, almost blocked, fielded by Mims at the 40, twisted around. 45-yard punt, but still great starting point here with just under a minute to go. Let's get another update. Back to you, Adam Shine.
Tim and Tony, it's former Bronco Javonte Williams, 5th rushing touchdown of the year. That's a career high already. All Dallas, 17-3 over the Jets. Back to you.
They know all about him in Denver. He has had a great start to his career in Dallas. That's for sure.
He absolutely has.
So, Sean Payton, you got 1 timeout. You got 52 seconds.
That's a lot of time because right now you're thinking about a field goal unless you get a chunk play. I'm trying to look for something to go through the middle right here and then have someone come right underneath.
Here's Nix stepping back inside the 30, unloads it. And it's going to lose yardage.
Gets him.
Blown up by Cooper to Gene for loss of 3. Also, Jalen Carter helped force that with the pressure on the quarterback.
Didn't have time to get down the field. DeJean is a teaching tape for tackling. It is impressive.
2nd and 13 with the clock running. There's Nick's pass. Tip and incomplete. Dangerous. He's going for Sutton. Mitchell, who has never made his second year, of course, sensational rookie year, second in the rookie defensive of the year. Never made a regular season pick, almost got one here.
Yeah, he literally was about to get a pick 6 if that ball was not foot. It's high. If it wasn't, he'd already ran the route stem coming downhill. If it was inside or just lower, he'd have been taken off.
Mitchell had 2 big postseason interceptions, one against Green Bay, one against Washington, but none in his regular season career. He was the defensive player of the week last week in the NFC. Now, 3rd and 13. Nix heaves it on the run, and a flag does come out on Ringo.
Yes, good.
Who was trying to hold off Mims.
I really thought Bo Nix should have ran this for a first down because this is close to being picked up.
Which way is this going to go?
I think they might pick it up.
There is no foul on the play.
He said there's no foul on the play.
Ringo is on top, and there's a little bit of hand touch here, but there's nothing that was enough to me. I think Mims does a great job of pretending, but he couldn't get on top of Ringo. And you see that's come out twice now, and that's a huge decision by Philadelphia to play him more than Adoree Jackson. But you can see they're trying to attack him.
Gene Steratore, watching back at the broadcast center, agrees with the no call.
Sean Payton did not
at all
with the no call.
So 15 seconds. Crawshaw now to punt. Been busy. 5th of the half. Fair caught at about the 5 by Dotson. Had 5 punts in the last 5 minutes of the half.
2 pretty good defenses.
Great defenses. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. And you can pretty much count on a kneel down right here before the half.
Yes, you can. You know the difference? Almost the exact same defensive coverage. The long ball to Devontae Smith on 3rd and 17 was caught. The ball that was thrown to Sutton on the first drive was not.
Yeah, that's the other first half.
Really true. And it was the exact same defensive coverage against both.
It's a 10-3 lead for Philadelphia. In that first half, 13 of 19, 138 yards and a touchdown to Goddard. So let's go down the trace.
Well, Coach, you told us that you need to play a near-perfect game against a team like this. Your defense getting the job done offensively. How do you attack their defense?
Well, like we came in and we thought it was going to be, we were hoping it would be a low-scoring game. So we got to have the balance we're looking for. We've hurt ourselves with some penalties. And then obviously on 3rd down, that's going to be important.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You might want a low-scoring game, but you want to be the low scorer in a low-scoring game, right?
Well said.
10-3 Eagles at the intermission. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
I thought Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
Celebrity Chef Guy Fieri, 60 Minutes, new CBS tonight.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus 3,100 total value on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $3,500 purchase allowance.
For some people, job security is really important. For others, a strong salary and benefits are at the top of their list. Still, others want to know, at the end of the day, they've made a difference. We believe you should have it all, and you can, as part of the team at the Georgia Department of Corrections. If you haven't considered a career with us, make today the day you do. Now hiring. Apply today.
Coach, what sets this team apart?
Domination. You must dominate the competition, and that's what you get from Ford. Whether it's the gas-powered F-150 like mine, the Power Boost hybrid, or the all-electric F-150 like all outstanding performers.
For the latest offers on Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs, see your local Ford dealer today.
Go Dogs.
Easy credit approval. Get it at both Granger Nissan locations.
It is not the man who commands the field beneath the stadium lights who deserves our highest praise. It is those out of the arena. They are pillars of their community. They do not wait for the call. They step forward. They are protectors. So in a world quick to praise talent, never forget to honor character.
Ready to run it back, Brooklyn?
Try and stop me, B-Town.
Someone found the body?
Only in Boston.
Boston Blue premieres Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premier League and streaming on Paramount Plus.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. JB, along with Coach Nate, Matt, and of course, the highlights. To the highlights we go. The Broncos, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. All the fans, what is he looking for? Oh, yeah, that's Dallas Goedert for a 2-yard touchdown pass. Right now, it is the Eagles 10-3 over the Broncos. Cowboys taking on the Jets in New York. He's going to be Dak Prescott off play action. Finds the screen right there to Jake Ferguson. He walks in untouched, 26-yard touchdown. Dallas on top, 23-20. Excuse me, 23-3. Giants taking on the Saints. There's Jackson Dart making his second start. Beautiful throw right here. He's going to find Theo Johnson. That's his second touchdown of the day. But Coach Spencer Rattler. Hey, Spencer Rattler. Have you been watching him, Coach? That's pretty good. He has been playing pretty good. Let's throw the deep pylon right here to Rashid Shaheed for the 87-yard touchdown. New Orleans on top. Being a double, 16-14. On the Baltimore Ravens, missing a litany of players, including this guy, their quarterback, and franchise guy, Lamar Jackson. But it's the ball, C.J. Stroud in the first half. Here he finds Nico Collins at the back of the end zone, 10 yards. And it is going to find Xavier Hutchinson, who's going to get 2 touchdown passes. The second one here being from 10 yards out. C.J. Stroud, 3 touchdown passes in the day, 24-3 day lead. And it's the Raiders going against Indianapolis Colts and Daniel Jones. Maybe the early MVP. Watch this catch. Picking up shotgun. He's going to slide to the moon. On the move. He's going to start that thing right there. I'm like, and I'll tell you, the Colts now lead 20-3 at the half. I like that. First half right there.
Nice. You got the Dolphins, the Panthers.
And you got two talking about, oh, without Tyreek Hill. They say no Tyreek, no problem. Darren Waller with a touchdown. The Dolphins up 17-10. And then in run game, on that one early on, you have the Minnesota Vikings. They upcame. This is late in the game. They need to tie it. You know what? They said, let's go for the TD. And they did. Jordan Addison. That was the TD. The go-ahead TDs. Win this one 21-17. In the noise outside the building. Lord, what's going on with that offense and pass game? Right there. How about 3rd and 2 to A.J. Brown? How about 3rd and 17? Let me take this thing down the field. Pick up Dante Smith for 52 yards. Oh, yeah. Let's not forget about our tight end. Let's get everybody involved. But Dallas Goedert right there for the touchdown. In the first half, you can see right here, Jalen Hurts spread the wealth around, trying to keep everybody happy. Not always easy, because a lot of stars on that team. Just see 4 targets there for A.J. Brown, 6 for Devontae Smith, net offense. Is the quarterback agreeing with that?
Should we make more noise? Where's Saquon Barkley? He's only got 5
about it. I was just going to talk about that.
5 carries in the first half.
What's wrong? It's going to be a problem.
I know. Listen, this is about how we all expected this game to go. Both defenses playing really, really well. I'll give them credit. They got A.J. Brown involved early. Let's see what they can do here in the second half. Both defenses, though, coming out and playing, right? This is going to be who can make the big over-the-top play. The Eagles have hit it so far. The Devontae Smith on the sideline, deep ball down the sideline. Bo Nix has missed on a couple of deep shots down the field. This game is going to come down to big plays in the second half. When you get your opportunities, you have to nail them.
Yeah, and I know you were joking around about Saquon, but a lot of truth is said in jest. Listen, we made a big deal about it all week long, even in our pregame show, about A.J. Brown getting the ball. We knew that he would get touches early. Devontae Smith, he's getting his hands on the rock. But listen, I grew up in a household with 4 boys. Shout out to my mom and dad. They did the best they can do to provide every single meal. Sometimes it was ramen noodle and hot dogs. Other times it was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Whatever we can afford, we can get. But I say that because if my brothers got to the table first, I was getting the scraps. So my question is, are you going to feed a guy like Saquon in this second half if you're so focused on feeding your wide receivers? We know when this team is anchored by their running game, they are a completely different squad because they're controlling the ground, which means they're controlling the clock, ultimately controlling the game.
But they're banged up on the offensive line, Coach.
They are banged up on the offensive line. I'll tell you one thing I'll say about this thing. Vic Fangio and that defense don't get enough credit. And the one thing I'll say about them, they are comfortable in close games. This Philadelphia Eagle team, they've won more games in the fourth quarter. And that's the one thing right now Denver has proven the inability to do is finish games. So, right now for the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they will feed them. I think we should have this old adage. You throw early to run late.
Close the game out with Saquon.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to see in the second half, at least keeping Bo Nix off the field.
Did you get to the table quicker?
No doubt. Yeah.
That's how you solve it, right?
Gotta eat where you can, JK.
And the Verizon halftime report continues.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G. The NFL international games march on in London. So wake up and watch NFL Network. Because here, our stars will come out in the morning. Bo Nix leads the Broncos into top, looking for a win. But Sauce Gardner and the Jets have intentions of their own. It's Sunday morning football. Snoop's on. Game on. Broncos, Jets. Next Sunday at 9:30 on NFL Network.
Celebrate pop icon Cyndi Lauper with special guests. A Grammy salute to Cyndi Lauper. New CBS Tonight and streaming on Paramount Plus.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G. Xavier Hutchinson. Flags and dark. It's a wide open touchdown. Theo Johnson.
New CBS Tonight, celebrity chef Guy Fieri, rock star Sammy Hagar, and the $1 Million Tequila Heist.
There's got to be a movie here.
Plus,
You're the director directing yourself.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's making me nuts.
on set of Spinal Tap with Rob Reiner, 60 Minutes, new CBS Tonight, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Elsbeth.
What?
I hope I'm saying that right. Stephen Colbert guest stars. Elsbeth, new season next Sunday on a special night, kicking off CBS Premiere Week.
NCIS returns. New season Tuesday, October 14th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Football season is here, and McDonald's is going bigger than ever before. Get deals on your faves from the convenience of your couch with McDelivery. Stay game day ready with McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
today for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities.
When you're injured, big insurance companies may try to push you around. You can hire any lawyer.
Leave him alone.
Or you can hire Morgan & Morgan. Injured, we fight to make it right. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus 3,100 total value on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional 3,500 purchase allowance.
All new Nissans come with a lifetime warranty at both Granger Nissans.
Here are the first half highlights, delivered by Prime.
Here in Philadelphia, the Eagles try to extend their 12-game home win streak and stay undefeated while the Broncos look for a signature win. Only one touchdown in that first half. A Hurts toss to Goddard set up on a long ball to Devontae Smith. Other than that, it's been a punting game back and forth, but what have you seen right here to take us into the second half, adjustment-wise?
You got two of the better defenses in the National Football League. I think right now the quarterbacks are trying to push the ball down the field. I felt like Nick should have ran at the end of the half. Right now, the line of scrimmage is being controlled by both defenses, but I think we just talked about it. It's whoever creates the big play, and don't create the turnover as a quarterback. Protect the ball. You got to hit on a couple of the big plays.
The Eagles taking the second half kick out to the 26-yard line, and Tracy had a chance to catch up with Coach Sirianni.
That's right, Jim. The Eagles defense doing what it does, and Nick Sirianni telling me when they are playing at that level, it allows his offense to be more aggressive. He likes what he's seen out of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and how they're getting them the ball more. He said this offense just needs to continue to be efficient. Wasn't pleased that they didn't convert in the red zone. They were 100% coming in, but he likes where they're at right now.
Yeah, the first miss of the season came on their field goal drive.
I guess he wanted to go 100% for the year.
The whole year. Let's get realistic. Barkley, they take it to him as Hurts rolls out, and that is denied, knocked down, and incomplete. McMillan on the coverage. Here are the first half quarterback numbers. And you just made a statement a minute ago about being efficient and not committing a turnover. Well, in this long win streak, in fact, Hurts his last 10.5 games at home, he has not thrown an interception. He has 26 total touchdowns. It just hasn't happened here in this building. Not that it happens all over the place either.
You're exactly right, and I feel like the difference has just been that deep ball. Otherwise, the stats are the exact same.
Here he is on 2nd and 10. To pick up another 21 yards. He's moving in on 100.
Man-to-man coverage right up top. And you see, this has happened now 3 or 4 times in this game. You start to look at the leverage of your opponent, and you see the slants, right? The in-breakers, the quick ones. They've really exposed this Denver defense a little bit.
Smith, 5 catches, 96 yards. Handoff. No. Fake. Given to Goddard. Down after a pickup of about 6.
These are simple plays that are actually really difficult to defend, and this is what makes Philly so hard to go against, because he can hand that ball off, he can run the ball, and then you have the RPO with Goddard right in the flat. Good execution.
2nd and 4. We'll go with the 3 wide receiver set.
Quarterback gets up on the line, looks at the defense. So they got up right on the ball, and then he says, hey, here's the signal. Okay. Is that what I'm doing, Coach? Yes.
Hey, he looks over to the sideline for confirmation. 2nd and 4. Bring it in.
And he holds a touchdown. Yes.
Saquon breaks the big one.
This is where they're attacking. Singleton, just not quite fast enough. Normally he's got to go guard the flat, but guess what? Nope. I'm going to go ahead and do a double move and run by you. And I feel like, Singleton's been getting better each week, but the ACL, over 30 years old, they miss Greenlaw. That usually won't happen if he's back in there, but well done from a schematic perspective.
Bradley Cooper approves. That's 47 yards. Valori's loved it. 47 yards. You mentioned Greenlaw. He's on IR. And Hurts has a second touchdown pass of the game.
And Hurts called that at the line of scrimmage. You have packages of things to call. You got to give Jalen Hurts a ton of credit there because he can go through multiple plays. And so you get up on the ball, see what they're in. We're going to snap it. Nope. Get to this play. Good job.
Saquon's longest pass reception as a member of the Eagles. Well, that was quick. A minute and 37 seconds.
Both touchdowns were fast.
Into the second half. Didn't take long, though, to go the distance. The last 47 yards, Saquon out of the backfield from Hurts. 17-3.
From the very beginning, you knew she was unlike anyone else. And she always would be. Desert diamonds celebrate all the shades that make her, her. And hues is ever-changing as the desert itself. Sunlit whites, radiant champagne.
The maple doesn't fall for the tree yet.
Truly unlike anything else. Just like her.
Pick Six for $19.99 is the perfect meal for two.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here for Pick Six.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
6 kids.
6?
Pick 6.
Wait, could we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Pick Six meal for two
Oh,
for
the
$19.99.
apple doesn't fall for the tree. The apple doesn't fall for the tree.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Which means make a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
Good news. Georgie and Mandy are still married. Now you're all...
Why'd he take my money?
At least for now.
You want to hear my imitation of you?
No, ma'am.
I didn't think so.
The new season's finally here. CBS October 16th.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. Time to open Joy Factory.
Your wait is over. CBS October 13.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
74-yard scoring drive in 4 plays. All of them pass plays. As Hurts connects with Barkley out of the backfield. And for Saquon, his 4th overall touchdown of the season.
Well, that's another perfectly thrown ball. You got to hit when you have an opportunity, right? If you overthrow that or miss as a quarterback, it's like, oh, we set this play up all week, and tough opponents. It comes down to that sometimes.
Here's the kickoff. Going to travel about the 7. Down the sideline, not a lot of room over there. Bounced out by DeJean. I'm going to check the flag.
Flag is down.
Holding against the receiving team, number 5. 10-yard penalty.
Yes!
First down, Denver.
So what happened as far as key plays in this game?
Early on, But the other side, the safety cross keys, one team hit it, the Eagles, the Broncos missed it. Then all of a sudden the next play and it's a touchdown. That was the difference until the last throw where they hit the big play.
Well, you had said it at the end of the first half. That was the difference, and you can see it right there, near identical plays. Here's a handoff to Dobbins. He's got 3 Eagles on him, including Campbell and Tracy. Let's send it down to you.
Jim, 2 injury updates for the Eagles. Left guard Landon Dickerson is officially out for the rest of the game with a left ankle injury. Tight end Grant Calcaterra is out with an oblique injury. And on that touchdown, Denver defensive end John Franklin Myers, who's been playing so well, went down with a knee injury. He is currently in the blue tent. We'll get you an official update as soon as we get it.
Here he is, number 98.
He has been playing well. She's exactly right. That's
really a non-contact injury, it looks like.
Which never
good.
Yeah,
2nd and 12. Come out of the backfield and get it to Harvey. He's close to the first. Maybe about a yard short.
That's one of 2 times today. This is where I really felt like your advantage against this defense with that shell on the back. The back quickly, not late, because they match these guys so quickly. Keep doing that, you'll have a chance.
Harvey, who just had that last reception, is a big-time prospect for the Broncos. 2nd-round pick out of Central Florida. Replacing this one by Dobbins on 3rd and 1. And there's a little help, a little push. Pick up the first. Atkins came in to assist his quarterback. And a new set of downs for Denver.
Yeah, a little different tush-push formation there, but Sean Payton's not averse to doing it. He's going to go push him. Keep going to the right.
That's Adam.
Yeah.
Prentice.
Why teams aren't as good consistently as Philadelphia is because they rep it so many times, they've done it so many times, and you got to give the staff credit, and you got to not false start.
False start, offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Broncos have done, they had the 1 field goal drive, which there were no big chunks of plays or yardage on any one of those plays than the 12 plays to go 32 yards for a field goal.
Sean had 2 or 3 plays set up for big plays and they just missed them. That's been the story of why they're behind right now.
3rd pre-snap penalty against the Broncos as Nix tucks it under. Nice little sidestep. Some nifty moves, and he's about a foot short of the first.
When you're young, you don't really know, because he's a pocket passer who can use his legs, but I think that's why Vic Fangio said he reminds him of Baker, and I'm like, Nix can use his legs a lot more. And at the end of the first half, when he threw that go route that they picked up the flag, that was going to be a big play if he ran it that got him into field goal range. I think he's got to keep doing that, Jim.
We picked up 14, Tony, on that run.
Should he keep doing it?
Prentice, and there's a fullback again. He gets the handle, and he plows ahead. It's going to pick up good yardage.
It's so funny. Like, Sean Payton still runs some old school runs you don't see a lot, and that actually has been beneficial this year because not everyone in the league runs these 2-back things. You don't see a ton of fullback dives right away, and I think that's why you saw a big play there, because when you see something every week as a defense, you get better at defending it.
Of course, he has ties to this area up in Scranton, and he was on the staff for Ray Rhodes here back in 97 and 98 as the quarterback coach for the Eagles. 3 different starters that year: Bobby Hoying, Ty Detmer, Rodney Peete. And it was early in the career. It's going to be a Hall of Fame career for Sean Payton, already with a Super Bowl win and 172 wins. Timeout called by Denver.
Timeout called
If he
by
sticks out, he
Broncos.
might have a chance in coaching. Just has to continue with this.
By the way, another guy from that Scranton area, from Dunmore, actually, is Vic Fangio. And Fangio and Peyton's, Sean's dad, went to the same high school, and he was actually taught by another member of the Peyton family in 6th grade math.
That's crazy. His cousin taught him, his dad went there, and those two were destined to be together, and then he goes, nope, I'm not going back. I'm going back to Philly, his home, and boy, I think Philly likes it.
And they don't give MVP awards at the Super Bowl to coaches, but they were up 34-0 on Kansas City last February. I thought Vic was the MVP. The score got out of a little, as you see, Dobbins raced out about the 37. The final score did not show how dominant that defense had been. 100 touchdowns the last 2 minutes.
100% agree with you. This is the first time I was upset with Vic Fangio right here on this run. But other than that, he's been such an incredible hire for this organization because you saw the dominance in that Super Bowl, Jim. You don't see that very often. 34-0 against the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid.
Hard to believe.
Kelsey team. I mean, that. I think you're right. He could have been given an MVP.
After a 17-yard run, Dobbins backs it up with another 3. They've gone big on this series with an extra lineman talking about Denver.
I like it, and I think that a big part of it is they needed to impose their will a little bit. I think they got a little bit too pass happy, down the field happy, whereas in Philly they needed to.
There goes that extra lineman, Alcheski, who had been in for the last 3 or 4 plays and helped. Okay, they got something going here on their first drive of the third quarter.
They do.
2nd and 7.
Kill. So you give 2 plays to the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. If you get this look, you kill it to the second play.
The ball is thrown away. There's no one in the area. That was Zach Vaughn. And they say, throw that flag. And they're summoning. And there it is.
Kill. And after he kills the play, they all walk up and change the defense. That is Vic Fangio 101.
Intentional grounding offense, number 10. With nothing down, 3rd down.
That's exactly the right call. You saw it on that shot right there, Jim. Nobody over there. Yes!
Essential grounding ball gets done.
Notice, Gene Stewart, it takes a lot of times you see this, the grounding, you have to get 3 officials together before they finally throw the flag.
Yes, Jim, because you're making sure quarterback in the pocket. Does the ball get back to the line of scrimmage? If it doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, was the receiver in the area? So a lot of moving parts, a lot of officials weighing in. They come up with the right answer on this one.
Okay, Gene, it's a loss of 13.
As a quarterback, when you see everyone back here, you're thinking about getting the field goal. Get to this area somewhere that you know your kicker feels comfortable. Don't try and be too aggressive.
There it is, right in that area, Tony, as Mims is brought down by Vaughn, who's making some plays on this series.
I can tell you, Denver wants him back. He was in Denver's facility, and then all of a sudden, somebody grabs him named Vic Fangio, and he comes over to Philadelphia. And now they love him. First team All-Pro, he's just been outstanding.
So, back deep is Dotson. You don't even think about field goal from 60 or going for it on 4th and 15. Halfway through the 3rd. And again, we've had Crawshaw has pinned it 3 times inside the 15. And fair caught again by Dotson at the 8-yard line. 35 yards, just what they asked him to do. 17-3, Eagles up and have the football.
Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering,
what if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage?
he could treat differently.
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas. You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Training day starts with a Celsius. First, the weight room. Squat, press, arms. Then it's straight to conditioning. How I show up here is how I show up on game days. Okay, that was clean. Then I study my playbook. Gotta stay sharp on both sides of the ball. Quick pose for the cameras. Then it's to the leg where I keep my mental game strong. Gotta keep my energy right. Grab a Celsius.
Okay, your home, auto, and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive.
Nice.
It gets a bit overwhelming running a business and a family. Oh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. Huh. I actually have a lot of work to do. Hi, what's your refund policy?
And let's take a look at the game flow presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well, you see just the movement, everyone just the extra stuff, right? Not just hand off, make it look simple. It's a double move. Saquon Barkley, you're not expecting all these pass routes, everything, and it's just, this is really good. And Kevin Patullo wanted to show off a little bit. I think he kind of is today. Do you agree?
No, it's
A little bit. Pretty good. Pretty good.
put together a couple of nice drives. One that went 90, another touchdown drive that went 74. There you see again, Hurts with his pretty usual numbers, and Barkley, although he's only rushed it 5 times, has that catch for a touchdown.
And this is where the start of the game where you start to give Barkley the ball a little more.
Yes.
Like now it's like, okay, let's get him the ball.
Instead they throw it to Brown. First down, 7 or 8. Tracy down to you.
Speaking of Kevin Patullo, every year from senior year in high school through college and now the NFL, Jalen Hurts has had a new play caller in his ear. Hurts told us it's always an adjustment. He said right now Kevin Patullo's learning what Hurts likes. Hurts is learning what Patullo likes. The two of them working diligently down here, going over the call sheet, constantly communicating after each drive.
All right, Trace. Of course, he had been here on the staff the last 4 years before this.
They got the first down, yes.
As he calls the pass play over to Goddard for a first down. It's been a long list, including one year where Sirianni turned it over to Shane, but Hurts is. And the same thing happened for him back in his college days at Alabama, then Oklahoma. He's used to having a different voice in his ear every year.
Every year. And it's why every year we say the same thing. It's like this offense, it's like just give it time.
Here on first down, throw it again. Or is he going to run it? He's going to run it. He only had one rush in the first half. That was a kneel down. He's been averaging like 10 carries a game. That's the first time he's really scrambled in this game for positive yardage.
And at some point, Denver's going to have to adjust. They're really running some of the run stunts, some of the run defense on first down. And you see consistently Patullo throwing the ball. And right there, Jalen Hurts senses that Denver's going to pass rush. Do you see how much they got up the field?
Mm-hmm.
They don't normally do that on first down, and now they're sensing like, hey, we got to adjust ourselves. That's so much of the game is how you adjust within the game you're playing today.
Of course, when Jalen's rushed the football in his 2 Super Bowl appearances, he's been unbelievable. 140 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's here. He's in trouble. And just throws it in the direction of Brown. Funga busted up that play.
Safety blitz. The one guy you're not going to block is the weak side right here. And at this point, don't throw an interception. I know you look at it like, oh my gosh, and Brown is like, I'm open.
Yeah.
But they also timed up a perfect blitz.
Hufanga reminds you a little bit at first glance of Troy Polamalu. And as he was being brought over here from San Francisco, he's brought a lot to the party.
Hard worker, big guy, great energy. He's learning what he does well. I think blitzing is good.
3rd and 6. Big stop needed here by the Broncos, and it's knocked down. Surtain. Clean, no contact, force him off the field.
And this is a byproduct of when I talk about the best players, the best coaches, the slant route. Go up and break in. Earlier in the game, 2 catches early, especially on a key conversion down. Surtain adjusted. He's like, well, you're going to keep doing this on this down and distance, this area. I'm going to go ahead and play for it. He does there. Well done.
It's been on Brown most of the day. Brown, 5 catches, 43. This will be the 10th punt overall of the game. The 4th one by Man. He caught it too. Bounces straight into the end zone.
It's a touchback.
5:17 to go in the third. Can Bo Nix and the Broncos get a little something going on offense? Down a couple of touchdowns.
Papa John's went all in creating a new Papa Dipper. Our first pizza designed for dipping. It comes with the garlic sauce flake, 3 new flavors plus the original. This is dipping done better. The new Papa Dipper. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious.
No way.
No way. I know. I'm even finer in person.
No way.
Wait, it was about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
I'm Jordan, and these are my breasts. We've been through some big changes. Divorce, a new grandson, and as my next chapter began, metastatic breast cancer. Then I learned about Kisqali, a pill that stops cancer from growing and can help me live longer. Since then, I drove cross-country, finished a degree, and finally saw my favorite band.
Kisqali with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali may cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in serious infections. Life-threatening lung problems and abnormal heartbeats can occur. Your doctor should test your heart and blood before and during treatment. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening cough, chest pain, or dizziness. Before taking Kisqali, tell your doctor all your medical conditions, medicines you take, and if you're breastfeeding, pregnant, or planning to be, as it can harm an unborn baby. Common side effects include nausea, headache, and tiredness.
I'm more than just breast cancer, and I have a lot more to go.
The NFL International Games march on in London. And on NFL Network, our stars come out in the morning. Broncos, Jets. It's Sunday morning football. Next Sunday, 9:30 Eastern, NFL Network.
Amazing shots of today's game provided by Nationwide. Think he's happy? Seen the ball more today, that's for sure.
I think he's a little happy. There's a lot of not overjoyed. It's a solid start for a relationship like yours and his.
No cryptic messages, please. What they had this week from him is Nix. Slides down right at the feet of Mitchell. Pickup of 6.
Going to have to do that more and more if he's going to come back. Because this is a complete defense from the pass rush ability to create pressure on the quarterback. It's very disruptive to the coverage. Everyone creates their leverage, takes the correct angle, and then the tackling. Look at the leverage. I'm staying on the outside shoulder, and then I rally. They read their keys. Just the football acumen for this defense. Vic Fangio, well done. And then one better.
We're going good. Ready? Raise up.
There's Dobbins trying to get a running start. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 coming up.
And wait until they get Nolan Smith back and Dean back. You're going to see this defense go to another level. This is the legs of Bo Nix. I'm noticing that it's going to be the difference to finish this game if they're going to come back.
Well, he's run it 3 times. in the game. All of them have been in this quarter, none in the first half. 3 times he's come running out of the pocket for 22 yards. Maybe he'll do it here. It's 3rd and 22. Probably not. 3rd and 2. He's got 22 on the ground. That is. Get rid of it. It's not a good throw. Try to hit Mims. Would have not have been enough for a first anyway. And they're going to bring out the punting unit.
And he throws it wide because of the muddy coverage that Vic Fangio shows you. You don't know if the corner is going to come off or not. And that's why some of these route concepts are really difficult to figure out for a quarterback. That's why I think his legs in the back is how I think the key is. The tight end in the middle, you've got to work those areas.
That is 6 consecutive series for Denver that have ended with a punt. And 7th punt overall for the game. Caught on the run by Dotson, who they traded for from Washington last year. It's a 44-yard punt, and the Eagles are set up near midfield at the 45. As the Eagles are in control at the moment, late 3rd, up 17-3.
Target Circle Week's back.
That's a big deal. Wait till you see the deal of the day.
Buy one, get one half off.
Guys,
Over here.
Can we keep her?
do you think we went too big?
Nope.
Do you remember when we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them.
The Colonel believed his KFC chicken sandwich should be huge on flavor. Tender chicken, crisp pickles, but with a tiny $3.99 price. Oh, that crumb looks giant next to that tiny price. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The $3.99 KFC chicken sandwich.
Miller Time started in 1975, and the clock's still ticking. A light beer that tastes like a beer. Now that's legendary. Here's to another 50 years of Miller Time.
Zoe Saldana's family had an unexpected house guest.
Morning, guys. Why is Jeff Bridges here?
Jeff wanted to be in a T-Mobile commercial. Zoe showed him how to do it.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them.
Wow. Jeff worked very hard.
Can I say something here?
Until finally.
You can save up to 20% versus the other big guys. Insane.
T-Mobile, get iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20% when you check the math.
We've been scouring the country to find the best artists for this competition. Here you are. I'm 100% ready for this.
These artists are going to be discovered by America, and this is going to be incredible.
If they fall in love with us, that's a world changer.
New series, The Road. The Journey begins CBS Sunday, October 19th.
See, fine people can't be found.
Something like that. Tracker. New season, Sunday, October 19th. Part of CBS Premier League.
I want to remember Nelson Fernandez, Spanish language announcer for CBS Sports and friend to many, passed away this week. Nelson called our NFL games in Spanish since 2012. And he is going to be dearly missed by all those who knew him. And our sincere condolences to his family, Nelson Fernandez. Okay, the Eagles have a good starting point at the 44. And now that play comes to a halt as Saquon was about to get just his 6th rush of the game.
Start offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty means first down.
So the backs for the Eagles, as we're late 3rd, have only had 8 rush attempts, the running backs. Meanwhile, Hurts has thrown it 27 times for 231 and a pair of touchdowns. Meanwhile, Nix, only 96 yards on 25 attempts, Tony. Coming off of a 326-yard performance on Monday night, a career high.
The way to win, if you were Denver, was to run the football and hit on some of the big plays. It's hard to get over the top of the Eagles defense.
Wanting to go deep, and he does. Down the field he goes. He had him. Oh, he had AJ running alone in the secondary.
designed this. Empty formation, we're going to run a double move from the inside. He's going to run up, stop for the safety to stop his body weight, and then take off, and what a move right there. I do think A.J. Brown slowed up just a little. Now, did he overshoot him? Yes. But that little subtle, like, I'm not getting the ball, because in your brain, you're like, this took way too long. It's an empty formation. There's no way. It was only a 3-man rush by Denver.
Yeah, he got away from Hufanga. And now it's a 2nd and 15.
Hurts wants it back, and so does Brown.
Shipley. Hufanga had it. Shipley was the running back maybe he was trying to connect with. That could have just completely changed things.
Well, I told you, I think I want to blitz this guy a lot. You can see why. This should have been caught right there, but you don't have many opportunities in that moment that come up like that, so you don't practice it a ton. That's a pretty easy catch. He knows it.
And he had his momentum with him. Could have just run that one if he got past Jalen right into the end zone for a game changer. 3rd and 15. And they got him again. His old Oklahoma teammate, Nick Bonito, with another sack. Sack and a half here in this game.
This is just effort, a great rush, and also goes back to great design. You're going to see him, Franklin Myers come over, and that's where the tackle comes off Mulata. Bonito, just the effort to continue, and he's going to get around the quarterback on 3rd and long. You've got to get the ball out against this team.
Bonito and Hurts had that year together at Oklahoma.
You're up 2 scores, though, right? Don't throw that ball up for harm's way if you're hurt. Smart quarterback.
It's the first time those old teammates have competed against each other since they were in practice in Norman. There's another punt and another run back by Mims. 53-yard boot.
Another teammate, too, out here today. So you got the Alabama.
Yeah, you got Surtain. You got from Alabama. You got Benito from Oklahoma.
You're going to find them all. I like it.
Penner family. Jerry Wilton Penner next to him. The Denver ownership group. Not a lot of smiles at the moment, but maybe they can put together a drive that could change the temperature in that suite.
Well, they almost had it a second ago. Hufanga almost got that pick 6, and now you got another opportunity.
To Dobbins and dump it off. That's Ingram. Let's go to the NFL Today studio for an update and hand it off to you, Adam Shine.
Tim and Tony, take a look at this turn of events with the Giants and the Saints. Giants driving inside the red zone. Oh, it's a Scatterboo fumble. Are you kidding me? Jordan Howden, how do you do? 86-yard return. New Orleans leading. Early 4th, back to you.
Okay, of course, the Eagles offensive coordinator a year ago, Kellen Moore, trying to get his first win today as the head coach for the Saints. Here's Dobbins, blockers out in front. He's got the corner, he's got the first.
Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator last year for Philadelphia. You know, he's been through the rough start phase last year when they were talking the same thing they were saying about Tua this year. But that would be a huge win for that organization after Jackson Dart's great start last week.
And they got off to a good start today talking about the Giants, but what a turnaround that was with that scoop and score. A minute and a half to go in the 3rd. Very little happening offensively for the Broncos. That change down the field. Incomplete. That was intended for Mims. That was just a little short of his target. It looked like he had open space.
He did, and so you have a planned rollout. And we talked how many times today about whoever wins connects on the big play opportunity. The ball's a little low. And so far today, he threw a perfect ball earlier. Sutton dropped it. Mims might have been able to get there, but that ball was a little low, like you said. And that's kind of been the difference a little bit.
2nd and 10. Here's Harvey. Harvey's got a blocker. He's got a gain of about 7.
This is 2 drives now in a row that I feel like Denver has been able to impose their will just a little bit. The problem on the last drive, intentional grounding. That cost them, so then they got behind the chains. If you get in obvious passing situations against Philly, very difficult. They're staying ahead of the chains.
Well, they got a 3rd and 2 coming up.
2 down territory right here.
They'll try to get it up top. Pass caught, Sutton. First down, Denver. It's been a while since we've seen Cortland Sutton able to get in the game. That's his 3rd catch for only 17 yards in the game.
Yeah, but this is a fantastic route. You got to sell the vertical. Go deep. He's going deep. He's going deep. Nope. Boom. That's wide open in the National Football League. I'm really impressed with Sutton this year. I know today, but he's playing at a high level right now, Jim. They're going to need him the rest of this game if they're going to come back.
That's his first catch since the opening quarter. Seconds to go in the 3rd. Oh, tough catch. Boy, did he make that one. Somehow, that's Sutton again to close out quarter 3. All right, the Eagles trying to get to 5-0. Got 15 minutes left in this one. But Denver putting a little something together. 17-3. Philadelphia.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with 80 toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
Sausage, bacon,
chicken,
spinach, beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you going to get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
That's right. Move it like this now. You gotta move it.
Big time, best time, all the time. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica, who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Ford Explorer. For the latest offers on the 2025 Ford Explorer, see your local Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus 3,100 total value on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $3,500 purchase allowance.
Granger Nissan has over 300 Nissans available
in Beaufort and Savannah.
We're back at Lincoln Financial Field, where the Eagles have hosted 2 of the last 3 NFC Championship games, advancing to the Super Bowl both times. Now the Broncos will, with this snap, be trailing in a 4th quarter for the first time all year.
Look at this shell back here. You've got to work inside. Oh, they dropped down.
There's Dobbins. Slow down for a moment to see if he can find an opening, and he got a good gain out of it.
I do see them starting to believe. Right here, you're just going to run the ball right up the middle, and you see the movement up front, and Dobbins does a great job, like you said, slow playing it, and then slow plays it again at the end. But he's been running the ball at a high level this year. That's why they're top 5 in the NFL coming in, and probably should have done a little more early. But the more you see this top down coverage, they react to it. Now they come down.
Here's a first down throw and caught near the sticks, and that is Franklin. Dobbins is averaging 5 yards a carry in this one, 13 carries, 66. And now the Downs seem to be in rhythm for the first time all day, even on their field goal drive. They just kind of dink and dunk their way down 32 yards in 10 plays to kick a field goal.
You can't have minus plays. Like, the drive ended on the previous one because the quarterback threw the ball away, and all of a sudden they call a penalty. It's like no penalties, and right now they look like they're moving the ball correctly.
First snap in the red zone today. And that's Dobbins to the 4.
This is what Denver can do to teams. You talk about imposing your will. You can just go get 4 or 5 when they know you're running it right at them. This could get interesting real fast.
We got the right tackle, Mike McGlinchey, shaken up. You don't want to lose him. He's a good one. An injury timeout, and we'll take it with them.
If you're a pro, you know top quality Behr paint and Kills primer are available exclusively at the Home Depot. You know that now there's only one place to get the best value, service, and durability you expect from brands you trust. If you're a pro, you know.
Me gusta la comida buena, es que el sabor me desespera, con ganármela como entero. Me gusta la comida buena.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. My doubts destroy my dreams. The more I seem to learn, the more I seem to lose. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. The more I seem to lose, the more I seem to learn. My dreams will destroy my doubts. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
Edgewater used to be a place you didn't have to lock your door.
Right now, there are people who think I don't belong in this office. But I'm a damn good sheriff.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda. Dreams are unstoppable. Wingstop. Bring the flavor. Order at wingstop.com. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, the Schuylkill River coming into downtown Philadelphia. McGlinchey goes to the bench. He's going to bring in Palczewski on the right side as the Broncos try to finish off this drive. It's produced 4 first downs. They've gone 60 plays, 60 yards in 9 plays. They need a touchdown here in Florida.
Palczewski coming in. It's not like normal linemen. They run the most extra linemen in the NFL. He's been the guy who's come in.
Here's Nix. Throws incomplete, but we got a marker.
Not tested,
It's going on Philadelphia.
Yeah, it looked like Mitchell might have got all 27.
Holding defense, number 27.
And he didn't need to. He's been outstanding today. You see right here, he's going to grab Sutton as he goes across right there. And you got a ref right in the back of the end zone staring right at that 8 yards away. And if it didn't hold him, he just ran into a bunch of other Eagle defenders.
You got first and goal with the 2.
Run the ball. This is going to be right action. I'm not trying to be cute, but I'm going to run it, possibly play action and into the ground.
Dobbins through traffic is in the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos for the first time today.
You just watch this drive and the drive before. It's like we're imposing our will a little bit. Let's keep going. They were a little too cute on the last play, I felt like. Just watch a simple guard pulls over. Just simple power play. We talk about the old school run game here. Well done right here.
Well, remember what we said? Dobbins told us this game is going to be so physical. You got to tough it out, and you got to be mentally tough to win this game.
Down 2 scores mentally, stay systematic, go down and score, get within 1. They just did it.
Lutz makes it a 7-point game. So they go 64 yards. The longest play was a Dobbins run for about 14. And suddenly we got a tight game. By the way, Saturday on CBS, big-time matchup coming your way in Eugene. 7th-ranked Indiana and number 3 Oregon. College football today gets us started at 2:30 Eastern. Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Bo Nix has all of his followers back there in Oregon. He'll be checking out that game for Indiana, Oregon next week. I like the way you just said that about systematically going down there, mentally being tough enough to not let this game get away from you. Find a way to make it close and get back in it.
A lot of times, especially for young quarterbacks like Bo Nix, it's like you got to get back in it. It feels terrible. We've been punting so much. We're not doing anything, and I want to go hit the home run. We did that a little bit earlier. Hey, how do we win this game right now? We're in this. 2 scores is nothing. We can get a 3 and out, 2 seconds. We've already done it. But how do we go down and score in this drive? Commit to the run game. Make the simple play. If the opportunity presents itself downfield, you take it. But don't force anything. Just be aggressive over and over again, doing the right thing.
Bixby, the former Jaguar, runs it to about the 28. Here's a little interesting tidbit for you. They've won 20 of the last 21, talking about the Eagles. The win streak started last October on October 13th. Of course, circle the calendar when they won the Super Bowl on February 9th. And now you look what they've done this September. Look at all this. They've won 20 games in this stretch. If they win today and they beat the Giants next week on October 12th, they'll be the first team to ever win 22 games inside of a 1-year stretch.
And yet, the sky's still falling.
Yes, that's right. That's still a doomsday scenario. Here's a nice little run, darting ahead up to the 35 is Barkley.
This is the one Achilles heel. The minus plays, minus yards in the run game or penalties.
Offense, number 64, 10-yard penalty remains first down.
So it comes back. And why? As you see,
back up left guard. Dickerson's out.
Look at the highest percentage of rush plays through the first 4 weeks of the season. Today, I just want to mark this, 10 rush plays, 2 of them are by Hurts. And Barkley's only run it 5 times. Why?
Well, the defense dictates a lot, okay? So if they want to put everyone down in there and give you one-on-one chances outside, you should. So you see right here, one guy here, a lot of people down in the second to first level. Okay, well, you can run it, but if this guy blitzes, it's going to be hard.
On 1st and 20. They complete it out to the 25, back to Smith, and that'll put him over 100 for the game.
Which is why sometimes it's silly when I listen to people talk about they got to run it more, or they got to throw it more. It's like the defense dictates so much. It's a leverage, numbers, angles game, and it's like, do what's right. Now, I do want you to marry your concepts together where they look the same, so that way you can go ahead and adjust within it, move your best players around a little more, give them more of a route tree, but that's going to develop.
2nd and 13 after a 7-yard play. Smith, Hurts, loading up and going deep. And that was going for Dotson. Incomplete. Now you got a possible short series here, unless the Eagles pick up a big one on 3rd and 13.
And this is at the end of the play. You see he's behind the defense, but that's just not having enough reps and the amount of time that he had. This is a byproduct of them being like, Sean Payton is not going to let Jalen Hurts' legs beat us. And that right there shows you they're keeping him with rush lane integrity, but he's going to get a lot of time sometimes.
They just brought in on that defense Cooper and Benito. Watch out for them. On 3rd and 13. Here they come. They got him from behind. That is McMillan who comes up from the secondary to get the sack. The 5th of the game for the Denver defense. They dropped Benito into coverage and blitz with McMillan, and they got to Hurts and forced the Eagles off the field.
This is amazing. Look at all these guys up in here. Eventually, you're going to get the outside two, but watch the middle. First, right there. Boom. Everyone drops out. And the outside two blitz. That is a great play design there. McMillan has the speed to go catch. They're not going to let Hurts' legs beat him. Showed it again.
Hats off to Vance Joseph for ordering up that one that worked out for them. As Mann tries to send it down the field to the 28, and Mims goes wide and is tripped up. Never got past lateral. 50-yard punt. Onto with the tackle. Well done. But Denver has the football down 7 here in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. Joseph loves what his defense just delivered.
I reckon I got to 45. It's time to screen for colon cancer. Will I ever see you again?
I love you. Also, I'm just going to the porch.
I knew that. It's true. The Cologuard test comes to you.
Just ask your provider or request online.
That way you can screen for colon cancer on your terms. It's effective and non-invasive.
False positive and negative results may occur. It is not for those at high risk. Skip the drama. Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
One day, a tiny little hand reached out and wrapped around your finger. Now, they have you wrapped around theirs. Soon, those little hands won't be so little anymore. Until then, let's escape together. Hand in hand on a Disney cruise. Get 50% off voyage fare on 3rd and 4th guests on select sailings between October 3rd, 2025 and March 30th, 2026 with the purchase of 2 full fare guests.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now get a Big Mac meal for $8.
SandCloud chose the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. Their business earns unlimited 2% cash back on everything they buy. They get big purchasing power so their business can spend more and earn more. What's the yo?
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
Saturday afternoon, it's a big-time matchup between undefeated teams. Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana Hoosiers take on Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The Eagles had it up to a 17-3 lead. Their offense has just been shut down, giving the football back to Denver. It's 83 degrees. Blowing some cool air on that sideline with some shade as well.
And at this heat, you've been wearing down this defense. And they're going to continue running the ball.
And try to go up top on 1st down. Down the field is plucked out of the air by Ingram. Nice catch. With Ringo on the coverage.
You see Ingram, they've been running it so well. It's a perfectly timed route. The motion gets him to leverage. But Ringo has to actually make up 3 or 4 steps. But Ingram is actually one of the faster tight ends in the National Football League. More like a receiver at the tight end position. Ball behind him, great catch.
He had a lot of big games down in Jacksonville. Coming here on free agency. Nice turnaround. Back shoulder. It goes to Sutton for another Broncos 1st down.
And you're getting the one-on-one chances now simply because you ran the ball so well in the last drive. Mitchell, really sticky, really good coverage, but the one ball, that's really hard to stop. Jim, back shoulder fade.
By the way, Lynchy is back in, Tony, at right tackle for Denver.
So they had the safeties down. Now they've got the show on the defense here. Here he comes because they've been running it good. They expect him to run it here.
They toss it with Harvey. They got around to Gene, and he is able to show a little bit of that great speed to get near a first down. This is a guy that was a quarterback in high school and a high draft pick.
McGlinchey right there is going to pull on the edge, and he gets all the way outside, and you see this is the receivers blocking, and then McGlinchey right there on the edge. You want to see good coaching, Jim? Show me the wide receivers blocking at a high level like they did right there. That good job by Sean Payton and stuff.
They called him out of bounds after just 5 yards. It looked like he might have had 5 more, but he stepped out.
This is an elite defense, though. You cannot pretend like they're not going to show something.
2nd and 5, and they bottle up Dobbins this time.
As soon as you think you got their number, you're going to see the safety who's been back here. He's just going to go ahead and fire.
That's Makuba.
Yep, Makuba does a great job right there. Their 2nd-round pick. That's impressive.
And a big 3rd down here. Need 5 for the first. Pulled down, Ingram flagged out. He stepped out short of the first.
This is going to be a pick that I don't think is correct. I really don't think this was an actual pick play. I think this is actually accidental because he runs a hitch route and they randomly run into each other. I would pick this one up if it was me, but if I'm an Eagles fan, I would say it's 100%.
Offense, number 13.
Offense, yeah.
Watch the top right here. It's just a hitch route up top, and he turns and he runs into Vaughn. Pat Bryant catches the ball, or Ingram catches the ball.
Gene, what do you see?
I think that's offensive pass interference, Jay. I feel like the defensive players pulling that receiver back into the defender, and I don't think I have offensive pass interference there.
Okay, Gene agrees.
You set picks, you can always tell the body language. That was different.
3rd and 15. Nix. On mark. Cortland Sutton. What a throw that was by Nix.
The timing he threw this at was early, and the ball was on its way well before he turned out of his break. And you'll see right outside here, Sutton comes out, and that ball's on its way, throws him inside, and then he does the rest. That's a monster play in a big moment.
On a 3rd and long it was. Denver's longest play of the day, 34 yards. Back they go to Ingram, balanced and dives. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram.
What a big-time back-to-back plays right here. This simple rollout. We've seen this. Andy Reid. Everything. Does he get in? Yes, he's in for sure. Wow, that is stunning. I was not expecting the Broncos to come back and tie this game. With 7:36 still to go in the game when they were down 2 scores. Are they going for 2?
They're going for 2 here. Going for 2. Halfway through the 4th quarter.
One thing about Sean Payton, he's not scared. You saw that outside in the Super Bowl before, Jim? You ever see that before?
Yeah, I was there to see it.
Yeah.
Going for the lead. Here's a rollout, the throw, it's there. And the Broncos have taken the lead. That was Franklin on the receiving end, and they have come from 14 down with 15 unanswered points.
I have not seen this play very often. This is Sean Payton's special. Watch this. One step in and just go right down, flat down the line for a wide receiver on a single side. You're going against the one guy you want to in man-to-man coverage, Ringo. You don't want to go against Mitchell or DeJean. What a throw, what a play call, and what guts.
Yeah, no, what a risk. I mean, high risk. You want a signature win, you got to make a signature decision sometimes.
Wow.
And still got a half a quarter to go, but that is stunning. That's 15 points in 5.5 minutes.
You wanted a game, you got one. Here we go, people. This is crazy.
And what trust he has in his second-year signal caller.
That was gutsy.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No. And then the call, it's like I would possibly do it if I had this perfect play, and I'm like, that was their perfect play. That's when you watch tape all week to see how they play it, how they do it, and you literally say, we got the look we got, we're doing it.
Here's the kick. Traveling to the 6 to Shipley. He's by a couple of Broncos. He's got a big return. They're going to be near the 40. Actually passed it to about the 43.
Got to remember, this team doesn't lose like ever. The Eagles are going to be just fine.
Next Sunday, you can count on an NFL on CBS doubleheader, beginning with a divisional matchup. The Browns and the Steelers. Later, after an impressive overtime win on Thursday, the Niners are back on the road. They take on Baker and the Bucs. It all begins at noon Eastern. The NFL Today, we're going to be down in Tampa, Tony, and you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is a great moment right here. Jalen Hurts played good. Now you got to go finish.
To the throw. He's got Smith coming upfield. Got 9. Singleton in on the tackle.
Perfect start. Play they ran over and over again. You can hand it off. You can keep it. If the flat's open, you throw it.
Going hurry up from the 48 of Denver.
Pretend hurry up sometimes. You get up and you look at the defense because they think you're going to snap it right away.
They go to Devontae Adams and a monster afternoon. His 8th catch. Got it to a block for him. That goes for another 8. Hold on, we've got to check the laundry.
Illegal man downfield. Usually it happens on these plays because the O-line thinks that you're running the ball. They don't know that you have an RPO.
Downfield offense, number 56.
And on the right guard, Steen.
But you can't blame him. His job is to block the run. It's an RPO, we call it, run pass option.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see the quarterback. They're not turning around looking. Did you hand it off or not? Right here. He's going to block the second level, which he should because he thinks the ball's handed off. And then as soon as the ball's thrown, he's like, oh, why? Why?
Barkley again has only run the football 5 times in this game. It's a 2nd and 6.
That will change
right now. And he runs right into DJ Jones. Now you got 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 6.
This is a great job from the interior of the defensive line. Jones pushed Jurgens all the way back.
I'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching the Texans and the Ravens and joining us here in Philadelphia, where the Broncos have come back from 14 down coming into this quarter and just scored 15 points in 5.5 minutes to take the lead. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles, who are unbeaten.
It is a little shocking, truly, like how fast that just happened.
3rd and 6, here they come. Pass caught, but stopped 3 or 4 yards short. Smith with the catch. He's hit. Brandon Jones hit Hurts.
This is a safety blitz off the edge, and this is another job by Vance Joseph making it uncomfortable for this offense. Now we got a decision. Look at right out here. Comes scot-free, and this is why it's hard against the Broncos when you're in obvious passing situations. Here we go.
Yeah, Denver has stopped them the last 6 3rd downs, but now this is 4th with 5.5 remaining.
Trying to see if it's man-to-man. Who runs out of it? Cover 0. Everyone's coming after it. Did they check or no?
Deep down the field they go.
Flag is down.
line of scrimmage. It's going to go against Philadelphia.
Oh, you kidding?
Line of scrimmage? Illegal formation?
Illegal shift offense. Number 26.
Now you got a punt. And they bring out the punting team. Wow, Tony.
Watch. He's still moving. He's going to send Barkley. See that movement right there? That's the difference. Now he has to reset. Because Barkley's still moving, you would call technically two guys moving. So close.
5 pre-snap penalties on the Eagles today. None costlier than that one. Man boots it away. Matching Denver's 7 punts on the game. It's not very deep at all. And only it's going to be marked at the 31-yard line. It's only 25 yards on the punt. 5 minutes to go. And here's how we got here. All of the action by the Broncos offense has come in this fourth quarter.
And it really was the patience to go down and just simply move the ball, matriculate down the field, and then eventually finishing with that touchdown there to go for 2.
Yeah.
For the new audience, it was 17-16, and Sean Payton decides to go for 2.
You saw the touchdown, one by Dobbins on the ground, the other by Ingram. You look at what Nix has done. It took him a while to get over 100 on the game, but now he's over 200 as he's come on hot of late. They've got 113 yards in this quarter. It's only 15 for Philadelphia. He's going up top again as he lobs it complete. First down it is. Troutman. Nice play call right there, Tony.
I mean, this is why we showed earlier. You're going to fit the receiver in here, but block the D end out here. Block him, Troutman. Block him, and then let him go. And that right there is why Sean Payton is one of the best in the NFL. I think the coaching staff on both sides, both these teams are high level. This is why this is a big boy game.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And a new set of downs. Dobbins. Boy, it didn't look like it was a whole lot over there, but he found 6. Just a reminder, after the game, the State Farm post-game show, with the great James Brown directing. All the guys were with him in New York at the Broadcast Center. They'll take you all through the scores and highlights around the league on the State Farm post-game show. How about this? In one-score games since the start of last season, Denver's only 1-8. While the Eagles have been in all one-score games so far this year, they're 11-1 of their last 12.
Maybe that changes, and maybe it doesn't.
In trouble. Oh my goodness! He got it away. There is a receiver, Troutman, in the area.
Yes, I agree.
That was dangerous.
Very.
That was Hunt who was in on him.
An outstanding job by Hunt. You can argue finishing the drive. Watch Hunt right here up top.
And now they're throwing the flag, Tony.
He reads it, goes in there, doesn't fall for the fake. That's close. I could see either way. Honestly, I might sign him Philly.
Yes!
Troutman in the area or not? James Steratore, what did you see there?
Listen, I've seen them pick up flags for intentional grounding with receivers working themselves back. I think it's in the vicinity, Jim. I know he's 10 yards away. Troutman's working himself back. I've seen those plays not be called intentional grounding in the past.
I agree with Gene on everything he said. I'm just saying, I think in that specific case, I would have probably called intentional grounding.
Denver right now is on the field. They're applauding something. They might have a replay assist here coming.
Well, if someone's in the area, that's why I think Gene is correct. It just looks like he's trying to get rid of the ball and do it.
So it is an incompletion. They changed the call. It's still a 3rd and 6.
Just don't tell us.
Yeah, they didn't, never mentioned
Not
that.
that big a deal. Just a huge deal.
That would have been a loss of down, too. They're bringing it. It throws it. What a catch. Sutton able to get the battle. One over Mitchell. And Denver keeps on moving.
It's a tight split, and then he widens, and the ball's up early enough for him to have time to find it behind him, and you see just the size difference. It's perfect defense. I can't get more explicit about how good Mitchell, Dejean, some of these guys are on this defense, but Sutton, being big, just caught it. That means there's an extra lineman in the game when you see them talk there.
How about that? 16 yards on 3rd and 6. That whole sequence was huge. The grounding call, the flag picked up. Not the loss of down, not the loss of yardage.
At least
manageable.
Playing perfectly, though, right?
2:40 to go.
Time out.
We didn't even know they were at
Delay
36.
game. Offense.
Too much time.
Penalty remains first down.
Well, that's a little sloppy right there at this time.
You wouldn't think so for either of these teams. If anything, Philly's been a little sloppy on offense. You saw they got stopped because they had 2 guys moving on their big down and distance. Getting that ball away by Bo Nix was either brilliant or terrible. If it had been called intentional grounding, they got away with it. Now we got ourselves a huge moment.
And an extra lineman in. They're going big on 1st and 15. That means Dobbins going to get the work. Dobbins maybe got 2 out of it.
If I'm Denver's going to take
Another
a timeout. If you're going to take a
timeout.
timeout, Philly, I would do it now.
Which they have.
Smart. Exactly right. I would have done the same thing.
Timeout called by Philadelphia.
Tonight on CBS, by the way, it's time for 60 Minutes. Famed actor and director Rob Reiner, followed by a Grammy salute to Cyndi Lauper live from the Hollywood Bowl, plus Tracker. That's tonight on CBS Sunday. Gotta remember, if you're the Broncos right now, if you were able to get, have to be, if they don't pick up the first down on this next couple of downs, it have to be Lutz from long range, but the field goal will be huge.
I don't even know that you're going to kick one from this distance. You're going to have to get
another 5 or 6 yards.
totally agree.
But you got 2nd and 14. If somewhere come up short of the sticks, to bring out Lutz, that kick would be monster.
Totally agree. A touchdown to a field goal is a dramatic difference, especially when it gets under 2 minutes. And I'll tell you, this is where coaches show off. Vic Fangio has shown plenty of times.
Stay on feet. Stay on feet.
Plenty of times. Nick Sirianni, the staff, but this is a Sean Payton versus Vic Fangio moment.
2:34. Please reset the game clock to 2:34. The clock will start on the stand.
Fans wanted those 3 seconds.
Second and 14.
Every second matters.
Yes, it does. Just ask the Broncos in 2 heartbreaking last-second losses.
Here it is. Fangio versus Payton.
You throw it here on 2nd down.
Fangio's asking the same thing.
He's got a man right in the middle of the field. And near first, about a yard short, is Sutton.
It's another timeout called by Nick Sirianni.
Boy, Sutton has been a big part of this comeback. He's made a couple of crucial catches on 3rd downs.
Well, this is why it's such a tough thing. It's a free blitzer, and that's what opens up Sutton. But the reason is Sean Payton put 4 guys on one side, only 1 receiver over there. That's why the blitz had a wide open area, because you don't plan for that. He brought it out at the perfect moment.
It's going to be 3rd and a long 2. If they were stuffed here, it'd be 48 yards for Lutz. Assuming that's what they would do. Well, let's see what they can do. They picked up some crucial 3rd downs. Malik Thorne And they've got Harvey, the rookie, in at running back for 3rd and 2.
I think they're running it. It doesn't look like it. I think they want to.
Going to Harvey out of the backfield. He is brought down, holding on.
And Nick Sirianni will take his last timeout. It's a flag of the field.
That's right where the tackle was made.
Oh, that's going to be huge, whoever that's on. Makuba with an incredible open field tackle, but whatever this call is,
Denver thinks it's on the Eagles.
This monster.
No!
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Zach Bond, you
That
know
is
better.
just a terrible error right here. Would have brought up 4th and 1.
Oh, no, you cannot do that.
Gene, any doubt about that one, that call?
Well, you know what, Jim? Once Harvey is down, you can see the defender really hasn't committed to the tackle yet. You know, I know it feels bang, bang on the field, but when you see a player down before a defensive player then decides to take that shot, you're late. And in that case, he's late on the hit, and it's a 15-yard foul.
Okay, now he's got the ball spotted just inside the 15. Philadelphia has the 1 timeout in the 2 minutes.
I mean, I agree with Gene. I did not agree with the intentional grounding earlier. I think it's a bang-bang and it's close. But if I called it, I probably would have stuck with it because it feels like the quarterback couldn't see or even know someone was in that area either. But now you're going to run the football. So now you got to sell out if you're Philly.
To Dobbins.
Take the timeout for Philly.
Nick Sirianni will take his last timeout.
You're going to see a run on 2nd down. It'll take it down to the 2-minute warning. And then you're going to run it on the backside of that and try to, kick a field goal. You still Philadelphia's not out of it. It's not over. How do you see this next couple of snaps being handled? As you look at this right here. When they have trailed in franchise history, entering the 4th quarter on the road by at least 14 points, they're 1-112. Tony?
I just think that intentional grounding, it's interesting. What happens if a quarterback's getting tackled? He just goes, but there's a guy in the area.
Troutman was
in the area, but it's
10 yards away.
Let's just throw it over our head and hope that someone's in the area. It's like, is that intentional grounding? He was trying to intentionally get the ball and not take a sack. That's why I felt like there's a chance that should have been a penalty for intentional grounding. But now we are here. Sean Payton has to run the ball, keep it simple. I don't expect them to do anything different than run it 3 times.
Timeout is called by Broncos head coach.
I'll give you one other really fun option. One option for Philadelphia is you let them score a touchdown here.
You're not wrong, but you just saw him go for what? 2.
Yeah.
So then you could lose automatically with him going for 2.
But they went for 2 again.
I'm saying it's a great thought. You should definitely think about it.
Across the nation joining us for the late stages here in Philadelphia as the unbeaten Eagles and Super Bowl champs are in big trouble. They led 17-3 coming into the final quarter, but then Bo Nix, guys like Courtland Sutton and J.K. Dobbins, they got things going in rhythm, and they have owned this quarter. They have a 2nd and 9, just outside of 2 minutes to go. Eagles out of timeouts.
I expect another run.
Dobbins holding on to it with 2 hands. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Again, Philadelphia cannot stop it. Just this one. 2-minute warning.
Now we can have a discussion about what you would do as your shot. We get that. That's decent.
Must be so. And they're talking signature win for this young bunch. They were able to get one in Philadelphia. 2 minutes away, but it's far from over.
I got some work done with another surgeon. If I give you the bill, can you give me a better deal on a better face like this?
We're not doing that.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal on the best 5G network. Read my lips. You're not as cool as Verizon.
Guess not.
Hey, my eyes are up here.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Mr. Relax.
That unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite treatment, get itch relief fast and skin clearance that lasts. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
And Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. It's a mascot!
Oh, what's this? A fan has run out onto the field and he's not wearing pants.
First, neat pants?
And the control room censored it.
Oh, only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
La playa is Spanish for beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Sorry about that. We'd like to try the Monster menu.
The Monster menu at BK is frightfully fun for families of all kinds. You rule. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G and by Burger King. And BK, have it your way. You rule.
State Farm post-game show with JB and the crew is coming up. All the nation watching this crucial 3rd and 8. Do you run it and get it down to a minute and 10, Tony? Or do you risk incomplete and give them a minute and 50? You know, it's got
so many permutations here. Who's on the other side? Is Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, all these dudes over there? You're going to be really aggressive. Jalen Hurts, you think of him that way. He's really good. Have you seen him lately? I don't know. But I do think right now it's going to be a safe one where the clock is going to run no matter what. Screen, run, something fast.
They fake the hand off, and he's in trouble. Now he's going to run with it, which is just fun.
That's Sean Payton talking to Bo Nix. If it's open, the play call, it's man-to-man, and it's there, you throw it. If not, you don't throw the ball away. Genius right there.
Yeah.
You literally were aggressive, but you tell your quarterback, you take a sack.
It's the worst thing you can. That's it. Run off the clock. Just don't throw it incomplete.
It was literally a super smart call because you had the chance to get him and get a guy open. But if it's not there, you don't randomly throw the ball away and stop the clock. You go ahead and take a sack and then kick the field goal.
So there's the timeout. 1:14 to go. Field goals into about 31 yards. And I guess this was the perfect time to bring up what happened the last time the Eagles played at home. As the Rams were going for a win on a field goal from much longer distance, it was blocked in return for a touchdown. And the Eagles won. And we know they blocked 3 kicks in the last couple of weeks.
You're exactly right. And I can tell you, if I'm a Bronco fan, I'm concerned because this is one of the best crews I've come across watching tape of this Eagles unit. You're going to see 2 huge guys on this left side. You're going to get Young in there. You're going to have Carter in there. And you're going to have Jordan Davis in there. And you've got some tall guys right here. And you've got some big guys. You've got to push. My hand's going to go up. And if that kick goes by the area of them, they can block this.
31 yards for Lutz.
I
believe it might have been Carter of the Eagles.
Ball start. Austin, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Names first down.
Okay, and so it goes against Denver instead. Now make that a 36-yard attempt.
Just remember, huge guys inside. You could see the false start right there. But these guys right here, they are big and tall. 6'6" Jordan Davis.
Here we go, 36 yards. Against that wall, up and over it, and good through the uprights.
Touchdown to win the game.
We weren't too far off on the math. 1:11 to go. You're going to need a touchdown now if you're Philadelphia. Lutz has hit from 55 and now 36. And again, a lot of the nation just joined us during that drive. There were a couple of big penalties, moments in that drive. This one right here is initially called intentional grounding, but you see Troutman was in the area. They ended up picking up the flag. And then this put us up 4th and 1, but it was an unnecessary roughness call against Zach Vaughn, giving the Broncos time to use more of the clock and lead to the field goal.
2 calls that literally can make the difference in the game, right? Each one. And this is why you coach. Nick Sirianni's done a good job zooming at the pulse of the team, getting them to improve, get better. And Jalen Hurts has a great opportunity right now to go against one of the top defensive units, one of the best pass rushing defensive against the pass in the National Football League. It'll be difficult, but we've seen him do it before, and I expect him to go out here and do pretty well on this drive. We'll see.
And he's got to do it with no timeouts. And A.J. Brown, again, some of you just joining us, who was subject of a lot of attention this week with a message he had posted on social media early in the week, expressing some discontent about not getting the football. He's had 5 catches today for 43, operating against Patrick Surtain. On the goal line at Shipley. Shipley across the 20, met at the 25. And this time they don't let him get out past the 40 like they did last time.
This is a situation I remember in 2015, first game of the year against the Steve Spagnuolo defense. It's really difficult because you have to score a touchdown. It is so different going out there to get a field goal because then you feel, hey, I can be patient and just take what the defense gives me. Right now you feel like you have to get a chunk play, something 20, 15 to 25 yards on the field at some point. Don't do that. Take what the defense gives you, and it's going to be in the middle of the field. Don't think the back isn't there. He's the guy.
1st and 10. On the pocket, in trouble. And again, this is going to use a lot of clock here. They got the sack. Benito. Someday the nation's going to really understand he's one of the best. He's in on 2.5 sacks today.
You've been saying it over. The one thing you can't do, take a sack. Now it becomes very difficult for Philly.
2nd and 14. The back, across the middle to the back, to the 30, and again the clock will run with Barkley. Tackled down by Barron. We're down to 30 seconds to go.
If you did it on 1st down, it would be down to 50 seconds. You do it again, you'd be at the 42, 45-yard line.
There's a 3rd and 7. Inside 25 seconds. Knocked down. Barron again. And now it's 4th and 7, 21 seconds, and no Philadelphia timeouts.
Benito, you've been saying he's not underrated anymore after this game, and this ball was just barely touched. Needed to be more out front. But you're going to get guys protecting the end zone. You know the middle field's going to be open. They need something special now, don't they, Jim?
They really do. And again, got to address a couple of things here. It's 4th down for starters.
Got to get the 1st down, something up in here, and then from there you can go up and clock in and take a shot at the Hail Mary.
He's got time in the pocket. Down the middle he goes.
Nope, they lost.